Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
On the first day of spring.
You know, I think that actually is the first day of spring.
The first day of spring. Spring, of course. Huh? You know, spring. Rejuvenation, rebirth. Everything's blooming. All that crap.
Spring break! Woo! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm an animal!
the weekend.
It's about time.
First day of spring, he says, huh? Oh, if that doesn't put a little lead in your pencil, then I don't know how to help you out. Right here, we're dealing with the Friday edition of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. The first day of spring break. Is this when high school and college kids are going off to get laid in Cancun and whatnot?
Well, I think, Dana, your wife is on spring break right now, right?
Yeah, it all varies. But yeah, my wife is on spring break right now.
My son starts today. They had a grueling 2-day school week this week.
That's right.
Those were the best.
So
And
he's
then,
off today.
Where's he going?
Well, right now he's at a buddy's house.
Is he too young to get on an airplane and go to Cancun to get laid?
Yeah, there will not be any elaborate trip or anything like that.
If you're looking for a head count this morning, it seems that our friend Ashley is like Doc Holliday. She wasn't quite as sick as she made out. Ashley sits here in studio. The truth is, after the way you looked a couple days ago, we all thought you were as good as dead.
I know. That was bad.
I assumed it was going to be. I warned the guys yesterday because you and I talked, and you had mentioned, shoot, things aren't good, and I got an appointment tomorrow. They're going to tell me my future, and they figured it out.
Yeah.
I usually, drugs seem to take a little longer, but whatever they gave you, you're back to normal, it looks like, at least. How are you feeling?
I feel very good. It's weird. I don't even remember the last week of my life. It was just such a blur.
Oh, yeah, since last Thursday, you had it. Was it Thursday when it started?
Thursday to Thursday.
You had a go of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to get those bills in the mail.
Oh,
but you know what? That. It's worth it because I feel better. I can take care of my son without feeling like I'm dying. So that's all that I care about.
Ashley made it. She's back in her regular chair and
feels good. Did you guys let somebody sit here?
No, never.
No.
Why do you ask?
Dana, did you sit there yesterday after the show?
No, I sat in my normal chair.
Why do you ask the question?
Feel a little farty?
Weird. Yeah, it smells weird over here.
Yeah, there wasn't anything different. It was the normal lineup yesterday, minus you, of course. We wouldn't let somebody sit in your chair.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, we'll chat with Randy Shaver later on today. Lots of jocks to sniff this time of year with that big old basketball tournament happening. Other than that, I couldn't possibly care less what happens. Is this a big deal, what you handed me earlier, Josh? Something about the Bachelorette television show has been canceled. Is this something? Huh?
I've been into this. I haven't had much other things to do other than just sit and scroll on my phone. So I have been into this.
A big-time television show has been canceled because one of the characters on the show went nuts. Are you dialed into this yet, Ashley?
Yeah.
You know this story.
Yes. I'm not good with all their names because I think she has the weirdest name too. It's 3 first names and 1 name. It's too much.
Let me dump it on
Taylor.
you.
Oh, go ahead.
The name of this person is Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yeah. See?
Taylor.
3 first names.
Frankie Paul.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so
this is a big deal.
It is
for ABC and Hulu. Yesterday I was watching the show we recorded over the weekend, and it's got all these promos for it. Mm-hmm. Right, it's a big show for them.
Yeah.
And now they're scrambling. Like, what do we do? I feel bad for folks that hopefully nobody loses any jobs over this, or meaning like the people that work on the show. I don't know how it really works.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the show's been in the can for months now, so all that
Yeah.
money's been spent. You're not getting any of that back.
Yeah.
They say here that ABC stands to lose tens of millions of dollars up in this pig. Let me tell you what's going on here, but first, I'm not quite organized here. I'll get there in just a second.
I grabbed some audio of the incident. Maybe I won't play it because there's like a baby crying in the background. It's, domestic violence. It's pretty rough stuff.
Josh grabbed some audio of the incident.
Yeah, there was an incident.
All right, let me tell you about this. There's a television show out there called The Bachelorette. Did I say that right the first time? Did I call it The Bachelor on accident? I apologize.
I think you did call it The Bachelorette.
My bad. Oh, okay. The Bachelorette. The new season of this television program is over before it started. ABC has yanked it after a video popped up, Summers, of one of the stars of the show, the aforementioned Taylor Frankie Paul. There's a video of her attacking her ex-boyfriend. Domestic violence, like Cubby said. The boyfriend, his name is Dakota Mortensen. The video shows this Taylor gal viciously attacking her boyfriend.
Throwing
She's
a couple
whipping
chairs.
chairs at him. and-
Oh,
What a cluster F.
she's she throws several chairs at her boyfriend while a 5-year-old kid is wandering around the room. A kid that belongs to the both of them?
It's her. I know it's her child. I'm
Yeah,
not
hers
sure.
for sure. I don't know about the guy.
Oh. There's a 5-year-old kid in the room trying to dodge chairs.
Yep.
That's good for their mental health.
Like the kids at an old ECW show. At one point, Dakota the boyfriend says that little kid in the room was hit by one of the chairs. Apparently you don't see that happening in the video.
Like I was saying, so we're watching the show that we recorded, and every commercial break, they're promoting this. Like, can you believe it? The Bachelorette's coming back.
Oh.
Nothing bad could possibly happen. The return of the Bachelorette, such a big deal. You better tune in.
Yeah, our flagship show. We depend on you watching this for our station to stay afloat.
This is one of ABC's biggest money makers.
I think The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are pretty big for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm not done yet. There's more here. So the little kid. By the way, the kid's name is Indy, I-N-D-Y. Apparently, maybe mom's a big race fan, but the kid got hit by one of the chairs. This Taylor gal, Frankie Paul, she was arrested. Ended up pleading guilty to a third-degree felony charge, aggravated assault. That was reduced to a misdemeanor, or it will be eventually reduced to a misdemeanor if she successfully completed the terms of her probation. Probably got to go to the anger management meeting. She's probably, I don't know, maybe got to dry out. I don't know. Taylor's representatives, her agent and hangers-on like that, because she's a big television star, her representatives say that the video conveniently omits context and is a reprehensible attempt to distract from the boyfriend's behavior. Okay, you following that? They're saying this is totally out of context and you should have seen what he did. But they had to up and cancel this show, so I'm guessing ABC did a little studying on this before they would just gas the program. They must have done a little bit of... But
it's an older video, right?
It's from 2023.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, so it was, people are thinking that it was released now to sabotage her Bachelorette situation.
Well, it must be. Like in politics, the October surprise.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, they just timed it out, and they're leaving ABC like in the lurch here.
Yeah.
So they're going to run reruns of other shows. And I'm sure they're thinking, we are so boned.
Oh, yeah.
I think about that sometimes with owning a business, aside from just the fear of failure. But what if you run into an employee that just ruins everything for you? It could be one person that does something terrible, and it's ruined the whole thing.
I do find it interesting that, people were aware of this for years. Like, it was a known thing. It's just that there was no video footage. And now that the video footage is out, people are like, oh my God. And I'm like, but you should have already been oh my Godding like 3 years ago.
Well, maybe they didn't believe the story 3 years ago, but the video, video don't lie or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a slogan in there somewhere. So the video's quite old. Well, I mean, 3 years old. I figured it was something that just happened before they started. Okay, that's interesting. So an older video. Again, the cancellation of this program could cost ABC tens of millions of dollars. Taylor.
And then I imagine it's done forever, right? I mean, this isn't something they can push back, because sometimes like a tragedy happens and they'll, like Apple TV just dealt with this. They have to push back a show. They're like, terrible timing. We can't release this. So I'd imagine they're never going to be able to run this.
I can't imagine they would.
Well, you're saying that The Bachelorette will never come back?
No, this particular season. So they can't like recoup the money down the road where they're like, all right, here's that season.
Oh.
I mean, maybe you can, but I would think this probably could never.
Okay, yeah, this particular flavor of The Bachelorette starring Taylor Frankie Paul, yeah, they'll never run that.
I wouldn't imagine.
How long does it take them to record a season of that program? Maybe a couple weeks?
6, 7.
Huh?
6, 7.
6, 7 what?
6, 7, just in general, 6, 7. You don't remember
That's
the
a good
6, 7
guess.
trend?
Yeah, about 6, 7 probably.
Couple weeks?
I don't know. Is it a month?
I wonder if they can get it done way faster than we folks who aren't in the industry would ever imagine. Where you sit down and watch a season of a show and you think, wow, and they got it done in like a week and a half.
6 to 9 weeks, it says.
So I was
9,
close.
So that's a month and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like game shows.
Well, they do it all in a weekend,
Yeah,
don't they?
game shows, they do like, 4 episodes a day?
That must.
Yeah, this girl is on the show The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think that's what it is.
Well, The Secret
Mormon
Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah,
I love the way you put it, though. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
But in the
You and
show,
I barely got an education, didn't we? Just barely.
I got a good education. I just didn't. I don't use it.
Fair enough.
But anyway.
I don't think anybody's going to blame you for not knowing the name of that show.
What was I saying?
The Secret
Their
Lives.
relationship in the show is one of the most toxic relationships I've ever seen in my life.
Wait a minute.
Muscled Dilf Jesus said the same thing.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just recently watched that show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I just recently watched that show.
Why?
My wife watches this show.
Oh.
Yeah, I catch in the background, too.
So, yeah, she knows what's going on.
Maybe she was going to watch The Bachelorette. You'll have to ask
She
her.
probably was. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, now this is suddenly dawning on me now. I can't say that I recognize who Taylor Frankie Paul is, but I recently watched, I bet it was an episode and a half of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Those gals, some of them appear to be mentally ill. You know what I noticed in the episode and a half that I watched, Ashley? They all look alike.
Yeah, really creepy, right? Yeah.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Is it a lot of screaming? It seems like that's kind of the recipe for
Ask
reality
her.
shows.
What I watched, it was fairly tame. I wasn't fully tuned into what they were doing. They were some influencer came over to the mansion that they live in together, and I think there was some sex. But I don't know. You tell us, Ashley. Are they screaming at each other a lot? I just thought it was really weird that they all kind of have the same appearance. Maybe that's a Mormon thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the girl, or the couple of episodes I watched, the girls don't seem to be like that all-out screaming brawl situation. It's more of like the texting,
Catty?
being catty, like
Nasty, passive-aggressive.
why did you show up? You weren't invited to this party, kind of vibe.
Yeah, I never got into that kind of thing.
Okay. Now I have to look at a picture. I'm such a moron. I'm sitting here with a computer right in front of me. I'm going to look up this Taylor character and see if I recognize her from my brief experience with the show. Oh, I only punched in Taylor, and hit enter. Where do you suppose it went, Josh?
Taylor Dane.
No, good guess, though.
Taylor Hawkins.
We were just listening to Taylor Dane the other day, weren't we? Not Taylor Hawkins. You're getting there. I punched in Taylor and enter.
Wasn't there a famous porn star with the name Taylor? Maybe not.
Not that I can think of.
You're missing the obvious.
What's that?
Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, sure.
Duh.
Where were you guys on that
Yeah,
one?
what?
I thought
I
he was
should've
doing
known that.
I thought he was doing a bit.
What do you
Come
mean?
on. Life is a bit, Dana. Oh, my God. Okay, all right, here
A
we
bit
go.
too long.
All right,
Too long.
I just looked up Taylor Frankie, Paul. Yeah, I remember her from the program that I watch. I remember her from Mormon Wives.
Yeah, she's like the main chick.
Yeah,
honestly.
and you know, this is all so much more interesting to me now. I turned to my wife at one point when this Taylor Frankie Paul was jaw-jacking on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I said, this gal comes off like she's mentally ill.
Oh yeah, people have been texting in saying if you watch that show, you realize she's the type.
Okay, so that show is also in limbo because of this video that emerged of Taylor Frankie Paul.
I would think so.
Acting silly. It says
I don't know if they still run it or what.
It says that show is still in limbo. They've paused production in the middle of filming a season. Well, there you go. Taylor and this Dakota have a son together named Ever.
Yeah, it's really odd.
E-V-E-R, Ever?
Do they pronounce it in a weird way, Ashley? That you're
No.
like Ivir?
I'm just thinking of it before this. All these shows came out that they were on. They were just on TikTok. It was like this huge mom talk crap, and they would just talk about what it was like to be a Mormon wife, basically. And I've one time I went down a rabbit hole and was like watching these videos, and all I could think the whole entire time was that these people are crazy. These women are insane. Like, they're dancing around in a TikTok to the TikTok's titled like what it's like to have Mormon wives, and like whose kids are who. And I'm like, what is going on? This isn't normal. Why is this normal?
Television today, it's a real gangbang.
I know people love the drama, right?
I
haven't got into one of those yet, or
Like
probably ever.
Like you were saying, Josh, I bet you my wife is, when she wakes up this morning and reads this news, she's going to have something to say about it, because, yeah, she's into that Mormon program.
Is the Bachelorette having a hard time finding women? Because, I mean,
I've never followed that one either.
good for her, I guess. No offense to women that are in the same boat as her, but like I wouldn't expect the Bachelorette to pick a woman that's like divorced and has kids.
Oh, she's got a
and
built-in
has a bunch of
audience.
situations going on. You know, there's got to be a better choice.
Yeah, Dana's right though. She's famous in that.
She has a
world.
name already, so it'll probably would have increased people's interest in tuning in had this thing not completely gone off the rails.
They should have expected this to come out though, because
Right.
they had to have obviously known about it. It's just so odd to me.
She's a chair thrower, Josh.
It appears that way.
Yeah.
Stools, to be exact.
Stools.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
the
hurt
monkeys
more.
will throw their stools.
Speaking of stools, which reality show was it where someone pooped on the floor?
That was
Flavor of Love?
Flavor of Love.
Flavor
yeah.
of Love.
Does is this a show where they quote unquote get married at the end of it?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Love is Blind. Or do
Oh, I
they-
thought this
Yeah,
is
they
the-
do it this too.
Oh, they
yeah.
do? Okay.
Well, I mean, I think there might have been seasons in the past where the Bachelorette or the Bachelor chooses no one.
Well, if
but
it's
usually,
called-
it gets down to 2 at the end, and then
If they're going
they
to call it the
propose someone.
Bachelor or the Bachelorette, doesn't that indicate that someone's getting married?
I thought
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the gist of the
I
show.
would imagine that's the final goal.
I can't imagine. I'd be interested to know if any of those ever lasted. Any of those relationships.
Sometimes they I think there's been like 1 or 2, but this reminds me of for some reason on Netflix for a while, whenever a show would finish, it would automatically start playing The Golden Bachelor for me. And
Tell me about what is that?
I watched a little bit of that one.
There's a gentleman from Minnesota that was on that, correct? I thought he was kind of a big deal.
yeah,
Tell me about the Golden Bachelor.
it's people over, I don't know if it's over 50 or over 60.
I think it's over 60.
Yeah, it's just all these old people trying to find love, but it's really sad for the most part, because they'll be talking.
Do they die?
And for the most, I mean, it's very common for one of the people where their spouse has died. And so it's so sad because at least like the Bachelor and the Bachelorette, it's just like, oh yeah, like they're fresh, young, they've got nothing really going on.
You think they'll push it even further and do like the golden Bachelor, or some dude's like 88?
The Hospice Bachelor?
Yeah, the Hospice Bachelor. Dude's got a oxygen tank hanging out his nose. And
probably. I mean, one of their events, so they go out on like group dates, and one of these group dates, it was the Golden Bachelor, so the man is being chased, and he's sitting at this little table in a gym, and then all the old ladies are cheering, like they're a cheer team. They have to come up with like their own little cheer routine.
God.
And I thought,
that sounds miserable.
don't make these poor ladies do that.
Josh, the Jurassic Bachelor.
Yeah, I'd watch that. No, I wouldn't, but I'm interested in that.
Or what? The Hospice. I love that. That's got a nice ring to it. The Hospice Bachelor or Bachelorette. We get folks proposing to each other with their last breath. And they die before they get an answer.
Super Dave says the Sugar Daddy Bachelor.
Oh, there we go.
He'd tune in for that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just, well, I'm very sad to hear that the Bachelorette has been canceled. There go my Wednesdays. I'm just taking a guess.
I think you're right.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. There go my Wednesdays. Naked UK. Anybody watch that one?
No, is that the one that
A listener texted that in, Cubby.
they start, they show the folks completely naked? I thought we watched a clip from many, many years ago where like they start at the feet,
Oh,
work
they
their
move the
way
thing
up.
up.
Yeah.
And then you can like pick at any time if like you want to go on a date with them.
Is that the show?
Yeah, I believe so.
The Cougarette. Is that a real show? Cougarette?
Maybe that's a suggestion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Cougarette. So it's like Bachelorette, but it's a cougar. Cougarette.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Friggin' television programming.
I always wanted to be on one of those.
You've always wanted to be on some kind of a let's get married
Yeah,
show?
like a Bachelor or Bachelorette. Not for like the end result. I just think that would be fun. I would just start unnecessary fights.
Did you ever apply? I mean, this is your wheelhouse. I mean, people your age. Hell, you guys, your generation is more used to reality shows than you are situational. What's the word I'm looking for, Josh? Nonfiction? No. Your generation is more used to reality shows than you are situational, fictional programming.
Like scripted shows.
Scripted.
Well, although you could make an argument that all those shows are.
At least the premise.
Like with talented writers and thinking out storylines. And
so I'm not surprised that you would be drawn to it. Dana has applied to be on some dopey show.
Survivor.
When I was growing up, was this maybe one of the first so-called reality shows? A Real World?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On MTV. I know a gal who applied for that until she dropped to a knee from exhaustion. She was so driven to become a member of the Real World.
Okay, so I have watched a reality show. I watched the first season of Real World. Is that the one with that guy Puck?
Yeah, Puck.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that.
And he did something dirty to somebody's peanut butter, I believe.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
What about this, Cubby? The Bachelor, the Naked and Afraid edition.
Yes. Yes.
I've watched an episode or two of Naked plus Afraid. The Bag of Bones Bachelor. That's what we're going to do with some of these elderly people we were talking about. Oh,
my daughter loves Love on the Spectrum. Do you guys watch that one?
I've seen an episode or two of that with my wife.
Oh, man. So she's showed me clips. You fall in love with them.
Oh, immediately.
Some of those dudes are awesome.
Dude, the crack... This is tough to say. The crack-lorette. Where all the bachelorettes are on... They're smoking meth rocks.
Oh, heck yeah.
The crack-lorette. Let's do this. Let's write some of these up.
There's Narcan in every room.
MILF Island. I don't know if these are real or fictional, but listeners are texting in there.
Well, you always wanted to go to F-Boy Island.
Yes, I did. I never got a chance to see that television show. You guys told me about F-Boy Island, and I said, that's the place that I belong. I want to be an F-Boy. I want to know all about it. I never got around to it. I feel silly.
All right, so Eastbound at Sundown Jesus said Puck was season 2 of The Real World. So that's the one I watched.
Okay. Yeah, it was still big for a while, even when I was growing up, but now obviously it's branched off into so many different other things.
Snot Rocket Jesus said Puck has a cooking show and he looks methy. Yeah, he did back then, too.
Yeah. You look a little unwashed.
How about a deep south version of The Bachelor or Bachelorette where all the candidates are related? We could, Cubby, if you and I sat down, took a couple of days, smoked some big fat joints, we could write all this stuff up. We could make $1 billion over there. At ABC could use us right now.
Well, they need a lifeline.
We could write this stuff up.
All right, I found out what reality show I really want to be on. I figured out the name, Extracted. So it's like a survival reality show, and
They put you in a cage and you got to get out?
no,
I'd be afraid to be on your team. I've seen those previews.
Yeah, so you're out in the wilderness, and two people of your choosing, whether it be your mom and dad or your two best friends, they're back at base camp. Nice, cozy base camp. And they can see you in the wilderness while you try to survive. No, you get clothes. You get clothes.
Clothes.
So they can see you, and they can hit a button at any time they think that you're in so much distress that you're not going to make it through. Like, you need to leave the wilderness, lose the game show. They can hit a button,
all right,
and then you are released. And so and you can't communicate with them. You can just watch them. And so, like, for example...
Get to the good part, for Christ's sake.
The last season I watched, this guy was killing it. I mean, like, he was 100% going to be the winner. I've never seen somebody that, what's the word, creative in the wilderness.
Okay,
I'm not sure the word is.
He's having to find water and kill squirrels for food.
Build shelter, that kind of vibe.
Okay, so he's doing very well.
And his wife pulled him because she missed him.
Oh, no.
And they reunite...
What did he stand to win?
Shoot, a bunch of money. I can't remember exactly.
Okay.
It's called Extracted?
Yeah. And they reunite after she pulls him from the wilderness, and he is just pissed. He's like, yeah, we'll talk about this later.
Oh,
you can tell he's so mad because it was so easy for him. He was happy, having a blast. I mean, there's other people that can't even start a fire. And he's got like a mansion built already for himself.
$250,000.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
what you get.
be damned.
Because she missed him.
My wife would just let me die.
Right.
I'll have to check that one out sometime.
I'm sure you can take 2 grizzly bears.
They have to fight grizzly bears?
No,
Sometimes they wander past their camp.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Naked and Afraid. I love that one.
What a weird show idea. That seems like something I'd be... If I had that idea, I'd be afraid to bring it up. Because I'm like, everybody's going to give me crap. Everybody's going to say I'm an idiot. They're going to laugh me out of this room.
You're going to get ticks in places they should never be.
I just like that they don't keep you guessing with that title. You know what you're getting with Naked and Afraid.
Do they have an uncensored version? Like, can you get a streaming version where you get to see the areolas
That's
and whatnot?
a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've watched a little bit of that program, and I noticed that all the dudes on the show are kind of dorky. The dude who just blew Cub Scouts out of the water. You know what I mean? Just They're not necessarily, from what I've seen, not necessarily hippie, just kind of that Boy Scout guy who would have a record fish in one hand and a dead bear in the other out in the woods, kind of a tough guy character. The women all look like they went to 3 or 4 too many punk rock concerts in the early 80s. Heavily tatted up. I'm just saying, that's what I've noticed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can kind of understand what drove the dudes to want to be on the show because they've lived this outdoor life. The women kind of look like this is new to them. They look more like I said, like punk rock ladies.
How about, this is a good text, Extraction. It goes to show how a lot of spouses will see us happy and change it.
Yep.
Ain't that the damn. All right, we might as well get going. We appreciate you hanging out. It's the Friday show. Like I said, later on we'll talk to Randy. Well, we can check in on our significant other bracket challenge. We're just in the beginning stages where all of our significant others filled out a bracket for the basketball tournament. We haven't yet decided what the winner gets.
I don't think it matters. Nobody ever pays up. This should just be for fun.
Last year, we were supposed to be treated to dinner by the losing team, which was Dana and his wife, and nobody's phone ever rang. So maybe we can come up with something. Maybe we don't. I couldn't care less.
We did it one year, $100. I never saw $1.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Get it up front.
Maybe what if we made it $200? We'll check the stupid news when we come on back.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a smart club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
When you really need care, you need 24/7 access to a care team, not a maze of paperwork from a third party. Every day, America's hospitals and health systems show up for you. Navigating healthcare can feel overwhelming, but you can count on real doctors, real nurses, real people, providing quality, around-the-clock care when you need it most. They're in your corner, in communities across America. Your neighbors, your lifelines, right beside you, holding your hand and helping find answers. That's what putting patients first actually means. Learn more at strengthenhealthcare.org. Brought to you by the Coalition to Strengthen America's Healthcare.
Stupid news on the Half-assed Morning Show.
I hear you. A little earlier, we were having a conversation about reality television. There's a big story going around about a television program called The Bachelorette. I think I have that correct. They were ready to cut loose with a new season of the show, but they've canceled that season because one of the characters on the show has been acting like a derelict. Domestic violence, this and that. Big news for the reality TV fans. You just you can't watch the new season of The Bachelorette. They threw it into the garbage can. We got to talking about all these effing mental reality shows. It's wall-to-wall these days. We were trying to come up with a new one. So you got The Bachelorette. Somebody recommended the crack-lorette, where all the ladies would smoke meth rocks and pick at scabs and whatnot. Josh recommended the hospice bachelor. You get the old folks involved.
They'd have to film it like in a weekend,
right?
Not the 6 to 9 weeks that we heard The Bachelorette takes.
Well, there probably won't be as many trips, because they bring all those couples out to the beach and stuff like that. That probably won't happen on the hospice Bachelorette.
Yeah, they're up against the clock.
Mm-hmm.
That could be part of it. Maybe that's part of a challenge they throw out there.
Marry this guy before he drops dead?
Yeah.
Bachelor with a Broken Hip was another title sent to us by a listener. Here are some other ideas. We talked a little bit about the television show Naked and Afraid. A listener says, how about Body Painted and Unsure?
I'd love that. Somebody else texted and said, Naked and Afraid describes what it's like when they take a shower at another person's house.
Yes. Seriously.
Oh, man.
I hate doing that.
Accurate.
Or one of those house rentals, those short-term house rentals.
Uh-huh.
Josh, another reality show idea from a listener. The Incest-lorette.
Oh, jeez.
Gross.
Maybe some
but I'm watching.
Cousins, brothers, and sisters.
I'd be curious which region of the country would have the highest viewership there.
Welcome to the Incest-lorette. I'm your host, I wonder who they could get to host that program. Maybe one of the Osmonds?
It would take a while to find
I was always kind of suspicious of the Osmonds. Another idea, Josh. You, Josh, and a rich older guy are dropped into the woods with one man-eating grizzly bear, and you have to kill the bear. I'm going to kill the bear. Say it.
I'm going to kill the bear.
No, say it. I'm going to kill the bear.
I'm going to kill the bear.
I'm going to kill the bear. Say it again.
Kill the bear.
What one man can do, another can do.
What one man can do, another can do.
You know, I once read an interesting book which said that most people lost in the wild, they die of shame. What did I do wrong? How could have I gotten myself into this? And they sit there and they die because they didn't do the one thing that would save their lives. Thinking. Why is the rabbit unafraid? Because he's smarter than the panther. Josh, did you know you can make fire from ice?
No.
All right, let's start off. Let's start off today's report talking about funny money. And I've heard this slogan before. I've heard money spent at a strip joint referred to as funny money. Have you heard that one before, Josh?
Yes.
But that's not where we're going with this. We're talking about counterfeit monies. Some numbskull in South Carolina tried to bail his own sad ass out of jail using counterfeit monies. Counterfeit $100 bills. Apparently, he never expected that law enforcement professionals would be able to tell the difference between real and fake monies. Pat is the poor bastard's name. He's 33 years old. And he obviously thinks he's smarter than everybody else. The deal is this Pat moron got himself arrested for trespassing. He spent the night in the cooler. When he came to the next day, he stood up there in front of a judge. And the judge said, you know, if you hand over $250 bail money, you can go home. Stupid Pat pulled out his pocketbook and a wad of cash. And he handed the judge 3 $100 bills. And he even had the balls to say, you can go ahead and keep the change.
I didn't know we tipped judges.
Yeah.
Court officials.
What a schmuck. The judge noticed that the money looked different. The color was off. He flipped the bills over. The judge saw Chinese writing printed on the back of the monies. And I don't know, on second thought now, maybe Pat was just being a dick. Because most folks would know this caper wasn't going to fly.
I would think so.
Maybe he was just being a dick. So,
I saw his mugshot. He doesn't look like a genius, but, you don't judge a book by its cover.
No, you don't.
Although, technically, I guess I do that a lot. I think about it. You guys ever shop for books?
Yeah.
Do you ever look at the cover and go, that looks stupid?
Yes,
Yeah, of course.
Plenty of times.
Yeah.
All right. I take it all back then.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll look at a book just because I think the cover looks cool.
Me too.
And it's a subject I normally wouldn't even read about.
As you might imagine, here's another idea for a reality show texted in to the program from a listener. Luther Bloomington Kia text line 651-989-9393. Here's another idea for a reality show. Herpe Island.
Oh, yeah. Everybody goes home with something, I guess.
The slogan is, everyone goes home a winner on Herpe Island. Okay, this Pat moron was hit with a couple new charges when he tried to turn counterfeit monies into a judge to bail his own ass out of the cooler. Forgery, contempt of court, butt lording. I'm seeing this more and more. He was charged with butt lording.
They're cracking down.
Is that a joke?
No,
is that a
it was
pun?
not.
That worked.
It worked, though.
Now, Pat can't get out. How do you say it, Josh? Now, Pat can't get out on bail unless he hands the judge $6,000. So what you going to do now, Pat? You plug?
Yeah, you never thought, boy, these Chinese symbols might tip off the judge that this isn't real?
That's why I think maybe Pat's just a prick. And, that was his way of thumbing his nose at the system kind of a thing,
So one of those guys that doesn't mind poning himself just to make a point.
Exactly. Some guys don't.
I'm sure the judge is not even thinking about it anymore.
Here's another idea for a reality show texted in. What about The Bachelorette, but with a porn star, and the twist is, at the end of the show, it turns into a gangbang? Okay. Yeah, man.
I'll bet there's a porn parody.
I'll TiVo
there has
that.
to be.
I'll watch that. Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's a porn parody of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, probably 6 or 7 chapters at this point, Josh. What?
Nothing.
You just made some kind of a move.
I was moving my mouse.
With both hands.
I hear there's video of this chaos. There's a video going round and round. Ashley can tell us when the time is right, whether or not it's up on our website. The police in that one state down there in the far southeast. The other day, the cops were simply jaw-jacking with a 28-year-old character by the name of Chase. I don't know what they were talking about. It doesn't matter. Well, maybe it does. I'll get to that later. 2 cops talking to a 28-year-old kid named Chase, and up and out of nowheres, this Chase character suddenly busted into a sprint, trying to get as far away from the police as he could, as quickly as he could. The cops must have been, what the F is wrong with this sumbitch?
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere, he ups and runs. The police ran after Chase. Yes, I get it. The cops ran after Chase and watched as Chase jumped into a river. And at that point, Chase started swimming his nuts off.
Boy, if I was a cop, I don't know if I'd continue the pursuit.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? I don't want to get wet today.
I just cleaned my uniform.
Yeah, and then I got to spend the rest of the day like this? No, thank you.
The boys are going to give me crap back at the shop.
Yeah, I've avoided the flume, which is a fun ride because I didn't want to be wet the rest of the day.
Always save it for the end.
Well, it's funny you guys are saying all that because of where we're going next. And yeah, I'm with you, Cubby. I avoided the flume every opportunity beyond the first.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah, I
and
absolutely
what's the
love
other
it.
one? The wave one. What's the big one?
Oh.
It's called Squirt Mountain.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The first time I went on the flume, I said, yay!
Yep, me too.
That was great. And then the next time, someone said, you want to go on the flume? I said, I don't really feel like being soaking wet for the rest of the day.
I went on the log ride recently at the Mall of America. That's still a blast.
You don't get too wet on that one, depending on where you sit.
No.
I've seen some folks. I don't really get it. I've never gotten wet on that, but I've seen some people that get it.
The Squirt NATO. What's the other one?
Wave something.
You're talking about the one at Valley Fair?
Yes.
The Wave.
That's all it is?
Yeah, it's just the Wave.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
it had a more elaborate name than that.
That was the best because you sit in the front, right, so you can get splashed the most, and then you got to hurry up and run, and get on that bridge, and then it almost like knocks you off the dang bridge.
I like seeing the first timers aren't ready for that and they just get smoked.
Yes, dude. You ever see people up there and they have no idea that that's what's happening, or like there's like a toddler up there, and I'm like, oh no,
It's
no.
Thunder Canyon.
Oh, okay.
I thought it had a cool name.
That's the one where you ride in the circular ones and kind of blast you down the river.
I do not like the water rides. Oh, how about the idea of F-Off Island, where contestants pretend to work, but they're actually effing off.
That sounds fun.
F-Off Island. Okay, back to this kid. His name is Chase. He's talking to a couple of cops. Suddenly he runs. He dives into a river. And he's swimming now as fast as he can. I'd love to be able to take this story to another level. Like, say, Chase's next move was to hop into a race car, and after that he piloted a helicopter. But that would be dishonest. The sad truth is that the 2 cops who chased Chase, and I bet these 2 cops are embarrassed by this, but they got a job to do, which is to catch the bad guys. Remember, last we left, Chase was swimming as fast as he could across a river to try to get away. The two cops each stepped out onto two separate paddle boards, and they gently paddled out to the middle of the river to apprehend Chase. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, one of the guys, too, was just horrible at it, and I would be as well, I'm sure.
Was he wobbling quite a bit?
Oh, yeah, and he looked terrified.
Yeah.
And, he's a big, kind of tough-looking guy. He just looks silly out there. That's pretty funny, they had commandeered paddle boards. I'd imagine, when they're going through all their training, they never even consider something like that.
Is the video up on our website, Ashley?
Yes, it is.
I love how you went as fast as I did. That's a fun bit. Josh, if you and I were those two cops, we wouldn't want to step out onto those paddle boards.
No, most rivers are pretty gross, too.
Yeah.
Well, but I think I'd rather swim than boopity boop 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 on my paddle
Do some
board.
yoga while you're out there.
I would feel so dumb.
Yeah, that's true. You can't really look cool on a paddle board.
No, we would look cooler if you and I were the two cops. We would look much cooler swimming after the bad guy.
Even if they told us there's like a 30% chance we're going to drown.
E. coli, whatever. Yeah. I'd still rather swim than paddleboarding is just so. So I am kind of curious as to why Chase, with his untapped skill as a triathlete, I am curious as to why he originally ran like hell. All the story says here is that he was arrested and charged for loitering, prowling, and resisting arrest. So I don't know.
He does sound like a character. His name is like a character Tom Cruise would play in a movie. Chase Cruise. That doesn't sound real.
Really? The last name is Cruise.
Chase Cruise.
Wow. I wonder if his parents were
sounds like a surfer.
Motorheads or something. Maybe I don't know. This is interesting to me. Let's find out where we can go with this. A survey was turned loose. Americans were asked about this, and the word is 19 million Americans have considered shooting someone.
Oh.
What do they consider considering shooting someone? Like,
What
there's
do
been
they
plenty of times where I'm like, dude, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I've certainly entertained the thought of shooting a couple of people. Now,
Yeah.
before anybody calls the feds or whatever, the people I've thought about shooting have been personal enemies of mine, not politicians or actresses or random folks at the mall.
Yes,
or anything.
let's make that clear.
Nothing
yes.
deeply demented like that.
I think
I'm
that's what
talking
they
like
mean in
my
this.
brothers.
Yeah, what are you saying, Josh?
I think that's what they mean in this study. Like, if to anybody you know or you've come across that you want to shoot. I don't think they're talking about like assassinations or something.
And I've never wanted to like shoot to kill. I'm just like, I want to shoot you in your leg, and then you have issues for months.
Yeah,
you have to go to rehab. It's a whole thing for you.
I've at least entertained the thought of shooting to kill. I have. So you don't think they're considering wackos that want to shoot up a mall?
My understanding was it was like somebody, it's kind of like a jokey question. Hey, would you be interested in, is there anybody you've ever wanted to shoot? Right? Like you mentioned, Ashley, with your brothers. 19
million Americans have considered shooting someone. It was the crooked bastards at the University of Michigan who fired this survey out to random folks, and they say 19.3 to be exact million American adults have seriously considered shooting another person at some point in their lives. Some of these people, now here's where it gets a little concerning. 7.3 of those 19 million people have had, quote, repeated lifetime thoughts of shooting someone. Might want to sit down and tell a professional about those thoughts before you bust a spring.
Yeah. Be on like some type of list where you can't go and purchase a gun.
Repeated lifetime thoughts of shooting someone. 7.3% of people have had that rolling around their noggin. 51% of the I think about shooting people crowd thought about targeting an enemy. And like I said, I've done that. More concerning numbers, and it brings up one of the saddest, most shameful things we've ever had to deal with in the history of this country. 25% of folks have thought about targeting strangers.
That's too high.
Anything more than 0%.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that's disgusting.
Of the 19-some million Americans who admitted they've thought about shooting someone dead, most of them are young dudes. No surprise there. We young dudes, we run hot. We have all kinds of crazy nonsense rattling around in our brain pans. So there you go.
Nice uplifting study.
So, Ashley, when you say you've thought about it, you mentioned you don't want to kill him, but you legitimately, like it was a very serious thought, not a jokey thought.
I guess it's more on the jokey side. Yeah, because but I give that credit to like I guess my dad and like growing up around guns, like they're no joke. So.
Well, I give credit. I have had serious thoughts of shooting and killing a couple of people that I've hated, but I've never even gone any further than thinking about it because of my deathly fear of prison.
Oh yeah. Do you own any firearms?
No, I did a while back, but I gave them all to my brother and my dad.
Oh.
So I wouldn't kill
Maybe
anybody.
That's a good idea.
Well, you know yourself well enough to understand. Maybe
so I wouldn't kill anyone.
Yeah.
Here's the combo to our gun safe. If you ever feel like you need to handle something, I got you covered.
Josh, I wanted to make the idea of killing someone a little more difficult on myself. I'd have to drive to my dad or my brother's place.
Well, that's good. I mean, honestly, that's very mentally impressive.
I could never do it. But again, we're talking about just thinking about it. And yes, I've thought about it. I could never do it because I would go to prison. And Nikki no likey the idea of going to prison.
Yeah, it does not sound pleasant.
You wouldn't do good there. You'd be without chew for a while, and that would just send you in an absolute rage.
No, I would not
shoot people.
I would not do good there. No. I would not at all.
Actually, wait. Maybe you could have like a kitchen job. I could see you having a kitchen job, and then everybody would love you.
Well, here's where I have a chance. A kitchen job. See, I can't cook. They'd hate me.
Well, you've experience. You could roast chicken.
All I do is sweep carcass into a broaster, Josh, and wait for a beeping noise, which means the chicken is done, and then I take it out. I don't know how to cook. I would certainly have the time to learn to cook if I was in the kitchen, like you said, Ashley. But here's where I might have a chance, and here's how some of the rest of you might have a chance. I'm older now, and a friend of mine went away for a stretch. Guy I went to high school with. And he was one of these guys, Josh, that when we were 17, he looked 46 years old. Weathered face, his hair went white, very young. So he went away when we were, I'm going to say, 35 years old, and he looked 60. And he said, when he got out, I had a few beers with him, and I almost felt just funny asking him about it because I didn't want to bring up any dark things.
Yeah.
I assumed the worst, but I had to. After a couple of beers, I said, tell me what it was like. All I know is the movies. And I have a couple other friends who have spent short runs, but this guy was in there for a while. I said, what was it like? And he said, he basically went unnoticed. Nobody talked to him. He didn't talk to anybody. And I said, well, why do you think that was? And he said, because I looked old. Everyone assumed me to be totally harmless because I look so much older than I am. And I said, well, damn, that's kind of interesting.
Is he one of those guys? Because I've known a couple of people like this where they looked old when they weren't, but once they got to the age they looked, they kind of stayed that way. So eventually they looked young, but much older.
No, this guy never looked young.
Oh, so he kept going?
Yes. No, really odd.
Kind of like how Steve Martin has looked the same his entire life.
Yeah, but Steve Martin still always has had kind of a cute face. This guy was like Charles Bronson mixed with Danny Trejo, just a weathered face.
I wouldn't mess with that guy at all, no matter how old he looked.
So, yeah, I mean, he said, if you're going to go old. A story out of Georgia is next. Oh, this sucks. Some J-Brone left a dog in a box on the side of the road. Poor little bastard.
That's how I got my family dog growing up.
You found him on the side of the road in a box?
Yep. One of my dad's coworkers was driving on the highway and saw there was a big box and some puppies falling out of it. And so he went, picked up the big box, came to our house and said, "You want one of these highway puppies?" And we said, yes.
We ended up getting a dog who was just a stray running around the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took a while. It took like a year because they're trying to find the owner.
Yeah, I was
really?
wondering how that process goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did not. Obviously, somebody like dumped him though.
Yeah.
So, but that was the best damn dog I ever had. Rest in peace, Harley.
They think our dog was dumped too. Like they just opened the door and said, "Get the heck out of here."
That's so messed up.
You know what, Ashley? That's how me and my brother got our 3 ducks and a goose. One of my dad's truck driving buddies was driving. You know how they do. And he saw the little 3 ducks and a goose, and he put them in a box. And he brought them back to the terminal, and he said, "Hey, Bourne." And he shoved the box towards my dad and said, "Do you want 3 ducks and a goose?" And my dad said, "No." And the guy said, "Well, here they are anyway."
Your problem now.
Some bastard left a dog in a box on the side of the road in Georgia. Luckily, some folks from the neighborhood animal shelter found the little prick. And I think he's kind of a cute little bastard, black and white mutt with a world-class underbite. His lower teeth are sticking out. You know, he can't tuck
I love that.
He can't tuck them into his lip because of this rock star underbite he has. Here's the deal. And let me tell you what happened now. Word is there was a note on the box with the dog in it. And you tell me what you make of this. The note said, "This dog is stupid."
I'm already mad.
I found him, but he's too stupid to have as a pet. A bullet would be best for this dog. He climbs the fence, or he digs in the yard, runs from everyone. He pees and poops in the house. And he'll express his anal glands if you pick him up. And I got some in my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, those are gross.
I don't think we needed that information.
That's why he's here. F this dog. That was the note.
That's so sad.
Very, very uplifting.
That is so
Well,
sad.
didn't you catch the part of when he caught some anal gland juice in his mouth?
Oh.
Yeah, it was a nice way to top it off.
Has everyone here experienced that?
Oh, yeah.
What that smells like?
Yeah, my dachshund would spray just very, very few times in his life. It was a minor issue compared to there are some other dogs out there where you got to be doing the anal gland routine every 5-6 days. So I got real lucky.
Yeah, we had a dog who did it 3 times, and you'll never forget that smell.
You'll never forget the smell, or what's worse, I think, is you'll never forget the smell of when cats spray.
Oh, I've never experienced that, thank God.
They'll do that when they're like super stressed out. One time.
Isn't that, Jizz?
I don't know what it is.
Oh, God.
But
or was I misled?
It is
and I feel like a fool.
Did you hear them in the playground in 4th grade?
It is such a bad smell.
Now, our doctor friend, Dr. Andrea Johnston, won't be with the program for a couple of weeks because she's going on spring break. But, Josh, write down that question. Is it jizz?
I'm not going to. I just Googled it. I am not going to. We should play that game. Is it jizz? Coming up on 93X.
Yes.
What'd you find out?
It is a pheromone described as pungent mixed with urine. Cats use to mark territory.
Yep.
God darn
So
it.
the answer
I've
is-
thought for years it was something else.
Not jizz.
What a fool. I'm a damn fool.
Ah, nice. We ruined a breakfast already.
This dog is stupid. I found him, but he's too stupid to have a pet, to have as a pet. A bullet would be best. He climbs the fence. He digs. He runs from everyone. He pees and poops in the house, and he will express his anal glands if you pick him up. I got some in my mouth. That's why he is here. F this dog. That's the note that was on the box with the dog in it on the side of the road. An animal shelter, the animal shelter that I was telling you about that picked this damn dog up off the side of the road, says he has a very sweet personality. They're trying like hell to find the owner. I wouldn't count on that. If they can't find the legit owner, hell, someone else can have him, and hopefully the little dog can move on and have a few laughs with a brand new family.
How did he get it in his mouth? What was he doing?
Are we picking him up like like, hey, you little son of a, and then they sprayed, I don't know. What are you trying to,
I'm trying to figure out how.
are you trying to insinuate that this man was,
I think he was doing something with the butt. Why is he by the butt like that?
Down on all 4s.
Get away from his butt.
You know what, Ashley? You bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Wazzy by the butt like that. It reminds me of that old Salt and Pepper song. There's a setup there. Yeah. Boobity, boobity, boom, boobity, 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 boom. I want to thank your mama for a butt like,
yeah.
Give me a shake, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. It likes me and you. It's called the shoop. Ippy-doop, ippity-doop, zippy. Everybody. Zippity. Nobody wants to sing the shoop.
I'm looking up the lyrics.
Shake with me, doobie.
I actually didn't do that too
long
ago.
Smoke a doobie, just like your name was Scooby, and you got an ass. And I said, oh, no. Bring that over to my bro.
Can I get some fries with that shake, shake, booby? This is
Keep
booby.
going.
I thought it was booty.
Keep going.
It looks...
If looks could kill you, would be an Uzi.
Or a shotgun, bang. What's up with that thang? I want to know, how does it hang?
Straight up, wait up, something, Mr. Lover.
Hold up. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother.
Are you a rapper?
Me?
Yeah. Sounds so natural coming out.
I know. I've told this to my wife. I could easily be a rapper.
Give us some more filth from the song.
We can tell you've been putting the work in.
Don't you know I want to shoop, baby? Shoop, shoop, ba boop, shoop, ba boop, shoop, ba boop, ba boop, ba boop, shoop, shoop, ba boop.
See, that's well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring you back to the subject. Pep's on the list. Is that one of the
Pep's on the list?
Is that one of the ladies?
Well, yeah, she's Peppa.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and
Oh,
Pepper.
yeah, that makes sense.
And the DJ's name was Spinderella.
I never heard it shortened.
Spinderella. One of our listeners just texted in, girls, what's my weakness? Men!
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
We got some more ideas coming in. What's your name again, Josh? More ideas coming in from our wonderful listening audience. We're trying to come up with a new angle on a reality show that could be a big hit. We explored the idea of the crack-lorette, crackheads looking to get married. Old-timers, what was it, Josh, again? The Jurassic Bachelor or the Hospice Bachelor? How much money would it take, Cubby? You could use a few bucks, couldn't you?
I could, yeah.
How much money would it
Desperately.
take for you to be the starring character in a show called The Cuckler or The Crack-lorette?
Yeah, I have no interest in television, much less radio, so I can't say I'd ever do something like that.
You don't even want to be here.
Right.
Let alone on a television show. I think you'd be perfect for The Cuckler.
Maybe I'd work on the show,
Because
just
you're
kind of watch other people work.
Kind of a cuck.
I'd like to be on set, just in a chair somewhere, watching everyone else work.
There you go. That'd be
You'd
perfect.
be great at that.
That basketball tournament, huh? Anyone got anything to say one way or the other about that basketball tournament?
Oh, one thing.
Bracket Buster.
Yeah, that's fun.
We'll talk to what do you call those people we know?
Brad and Randy.
We'll talk to them in about a half hour. Maybe we'll get it all off our chest then. Yeah, we'll save it for our conversation with Brad plus Randy. But yeah, there were a couple of those bracket busters. That's what makes the tournament so much fun. Golden Gopher women's basketball are at the barn tonight, by the way, 5 o'clock. If I say another word, he keeps going?
No.
No?
That's it.
You being serious?
Yeah, that's it.
Golden Gopher.
That was Ashley.
But you cut it off before the go Big Ten.
No, unfortunately, it's a different clip, and the computer lost the computer the other day, so I'm kind of trying to rebuild a bunch of clips.
How does a guy lose a computer?
Lost it as in lost its use.
Oh, God. I'm sorry to hear that. Golden Gopher women's basketball are playing in an official NCAA women's tournament game tonight at home. They'll be battling the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay. You know who's going to that basketball game tonight?
Is that you?
My brother. Wolves versus Portland tonight. Pigs lost. I don't think they're going to make it. Randy and Brad, like Josh said, Randy and Brad will be joining us at 7:30 this morning. We can get into the hoops, the college hoops. Till then, Josh has a news report coming up next for you.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today. 763-571-2410 or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The NFL Draft, presented by Bud Light, is coming to Pittsburgh, and it's your chance to witness the future of the game for free from April 23rd to April 25th. Feel the energy of the NFL Draft. See the Vince Lombardi Trophy and Super Bowl rings. Meet NFL players and legends. Enjoy interactive games and live music performances, and be there as the future of the NFL takes center stage. The NFL Draft starts April 23rd. Register for free entry at NFL.com/draft access today.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Nice.
93X.
So, Mr. Dickerson, a lawyer from the Public Defender's Office is going to reach out to you and talk to you about your case. Please do not discuss the facts of your case with anyone except for your lawyer.
A bachelor party in Florida featured celebration, stiff drinks, sunburn, and a sudden stabbing. The trip took a turn from flirty to feral after one man monopolized the attention of every woman in sight, leaving his friends simmering with spite, very jealous. According to reports, the 32-year-old Massachusetts man didn't just win the room, he swept it. Witnesses said the women that they met at the bars paid attention only to him, and each apparently quite keen on the gentleman, and each wanting to get with him, if you know what I'm saying.
Get with him.
Josh, you know that feeling.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. Elijah Dickerson is the guy's name.
No kidding.
Yes,
Wow.
The ladies all were wanting him to dicker, son.
I can't get beyond that first name. That is brilliant.
Elijah? Yeah.
So I wonder if his folks named him after their two favorite athletes, Hakeem Olajuwon and Eric Dickerson. Well, wait a minute.
Well, Dickerson's his last name.
Dickerson's the last name.
But maybe they changed it.
Wow. Beautiful.
Did you hear when I said Dicker, son?
I did like that, yeah.
Thanks. Back at their shared Airbnb in Miami Beach, brewing tensions finally boiled over. After the women left with Dickerson and another man, the overlooked friend confronted him. Perhaps a side effect of catastrophic blue balls, the victim began an argument which escalated instantaneously. Witnesses stated that Total Dickerson approached the victim, they saw blood, and the victim was bleeding from the stomach. He told investigators he suddenly realized he'd been stabbed and, fearing a sequel, defended himself by stabbing Dickerson in the arm. As bystanders scrambled to stop the bleeding Dickerson, a witness said that he handed over a bloody folding knife, which police later recovered. They said that Dickerson denied wielding it. In fact, he denied being in an altercation at all, which is a bold stance when multiple people just watched the entire unfortunate episode unfold. He now faces a charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and is being held without bond.
I've seen a picture of him, and I don't really get it.
I don't either.
What?
I didn't want to be mean or anything, but yeah, what was going on where these women were fawning over him?
It's very mid.
And so these...
or less.
Yeah, I'd say I do.
Now I'm being mean.
Okay, but now that you said it,
Well,
I'm going to be mean. Yes,
it's
less than mid.
Maybe it's the name. The name is so gorgeous.
It is. That is true. Maybe he has a nice voice.
Is he a somebody and we don't know it? Is this a famous person and we don't?
They probably would have mentioned that, but maybe he's lone locally. No, he's from Massachusetts, so he's maybe they wouldn't know him locally.
And two dudes stabbed each other over the attention from these women?
Yeah, so one guy gets mad, like, hey, jerk, we were trying to meet some women too. And he said, F you, and he stabbed the guy that complained. And the guy that complained said, well, F you too, buddy, and stabbed him right back.
You know what, Josh? Maybe it was one of those situations. I believe they talked about this in How I Met Your Mother, where all his friends are so unattractive that when he surrounds himself with them, it makes him look more attractive.
Or I think we're forgetting the obvious. He could just had a platinum Amex card and was buying everything.
Could be.
Pardon me, your name is Ashley. I think they call that being situationally attractive.
Yeah, I think you're right. Or he could have been wearing gray sweatpants and could have been very well endowed.
A few people are texting in saying they figured out he had a big wiener. Could be. A creepy elementary school teacher played twisted games to get preteen girls to sit on his lap, as he called them gold diggers. He even waved a knife in class while threatening to stab them.
What the hell?
51-year-old fifth-grade teacher faces several abuse charges after numerous students complained about his behavior at Wing and Lily Fong Elementary School in Las Vegas.
Waving around a knife at little kids.
Well, he said, "It's just an example of me being funny in class." As we know, nothing says comedy like simultaneously objectifying and terrifying little girls. Students said he openly favored the girls and made unsettling comments about their bodies. He also called the girls gold diggers, mean girls, and threatened to chop off two students' hair if he found out they were dating.
And these are fifth graders?
Fifth graders. Mm-hmm. Then there were the games, which somehow managed to be worse than the comments.
Tell me about the games.
In one, called the teddy bear game, he'd fake cry until a student came over to comfort him. Then he'd pull girls onto his lap and grab their waists so they couldn't leave. Another favorite, knife tag.
Oh, dagger tag.
Yes, a little knife tag where the douchebag would turn off the lights, pull out a large knife, and chase them around the room, telling them, you better run, making stabbing motions as he went.
This guy's psychotic.
Yeah. And when he wasn't playing these nightmare games, his temper filled the gaps. He reportedly flipped a student's desk over and threw a book at him out of anger.
Oh.
One girl said she was often scared, noting that his screaming could quickly escalate into something physical. And then there was the boner.
In other instances, students claim when upset, Gwyn would flip students' desk or throw objects at them. One student recounting the time they say Gwyn threw a notebook at their face. One other student reported seeing Gwyn with an erection at one point.
Yes.
All right, Josh.
Why does he...
I mean, that's all very important information. But how did you expect us to focus on that information with that guy's delivery?
I thought about just doing the whole report. It was like 2 minutes long. This guy, it was worse.
What is he doing?
See, here's what sucks. I'm no longer concerned about these little kids. I just want to see that guy lose his job.
I'll show you the video. Maybe we could post it because it was worse than that at times. And the difference, too, was kind of crazy because he's like, all right, yeah, let me tell you the story. And then they cut to the recorded part. And then he starts talking like this.
Oh, okay. So live, he wasn't so pukey.
No, not at all.
But when he would... Let's try to focus on the kids. I'll completely lose myself in that guy's delivery.
I understand. It was distracting.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, I'm alone in a room, and I even look behind me like, are you guys hearing this?
We have people texting in... going back to our conversation later about shooting strangers, and they're like, yeah, now I want to shoot a stranger.
You can understand this guy, yeah.
You know who he sounded like, and this could be a stretch for some of you. Remember when Napoleon Dynamite and his brother took that karate class, and that German actor that I like so much is the karate instructor, and he says things like, you will learn to blah, blah. You know the part I'm talking about? Napoleon, what time is it? He sounds like that guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm trying to find, see if I can look through my history.
What do you got, audio maybe?
Yeah, see if I can go back and play this for you.
You're good.
I don't think I'm ever going to find it. Boy, I Google you guys a lot.
Is it Diedrich Bader, whatever? That's the actor's name who played the karate instructor, Napoleon Dynamite.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Are you trying to find audio from that movie?
It's all the same search. Nick Born Naked, Nick Born Naked, Nick Born Naked. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to find audio from that guy so you could hear the rest of it, but I'll have to look for it a little later in the day.
So this guy, this wasn't just like a one-day thing? This stuff was ongoing?
The dude worked there for like 7 years, Ashley.
What in the... I mean, I understand. I shouldn't blame any of the victims for not speaking up, but like, how did none of them like tell their parents?
Maybe they did.
What?
Yeah, it did. The story didn't say that.
You never
maybe
know.
this was new. I mean, he'd been there for a long time. He also taught third graders at one
maybe
point.
he just.
no, what was he doing with a third grader?
Maybe he just suddenly snapped. Maybe this hasn't been going on for too terribly long.
The 51-year-old was arrested last Tuesday and charged with 7 counts of child abuse or neglect, 7 counts of unlawful contact with a minor. Even a fellow teacher had reported him to administrators in the past, saying that he made her feel uncomfortable by making advances toward her and giving her unwanted gifts. During a police interview, the teacher admitted he'd been doing some of these acts for years, but defended it as trying to entertain the students. He described it as him being funny while conceding he could see why some of his actions were weird now. So they didn't say how serious some of the ones he'd been doing for a while, but I'd imagine it couldn't have been anywhere near where he's at now, right? Like you said, Ashley, people would have stopped it.
Yeah. Well, if anybody in the listening audience has any experience homeschooling their children, I would love all your tips and advice because I don't ever want to send my kid to school.
There's some recent the 2 school districts shutting down this week because of threats. I totally understand.
Yeah, can't do it.
I don't blame you. It's kind of freaky out there these days. By the way, the character from Napoleon Dynamite, played by Diedrich Bader, the character's name was Rex Kwon Do. A lot of folks are texting that in.
That's awesome.
I hope you find something that you like there, Ashley, as far as sending your kid to school. I hope you find something you're comfortable with. I hate to tell you this, but I know some people who were homeschooled, and this is just my experience.
They're weird.
It was not good.
Oh, no.
Well, you got to learn the social aspect of it. I think it's a lot different now, homeschool.
Probably.
I think they have, you can play sports, you can do stuff like that, where at least it seemed like when we were growing up, it was just, you're at home.
Yeah, they do have the communities around.
Yeah.
They do big things.
There are social things.
Kind of kept in a box.
Sleep in a closet.
You haven't seen sunlight ever.
No. You come out the house, your lips are blue from a lack of sunlight. A lack of vitamin. What does the sun give you? Vitamin something in your lips. D. I'll give you some. What time? There you go.
You've been very concerned about the time today.
So far.
A disgraced teacher with a fitting nickname is facing federal charges after using his home as a hub for kick-ass prostitution parties. 66-year-old Eric Simpson, a technology teacher in New York, nicknamed Major Hands, applied his technical talents to a very different sort of networking. Authorities say he moonlighted as a pimp, regularly promoting, organizing, and hosting prostitution parties at his residence. According to prosecutors, the retired member of the New York National Guard arranged for commercial sex workers to attend the gatherings, making them available to perform sex acts for Simpson and guests he invited. Major Hands advertised the events via email, including updated lists of which sex workers would be present, and instructing attendees to negotiate payments described in some cases as donations directly to the dancers. He set cover charges for admission, managed which rooms were fit for fornicating, and directed visitors to discreet parking locations away from the home in order to avoid drawing attention. And in addition to his role as a technology teacher, Major Hands previously worked as a substitute English teacher.
Josh, I got a text message from a listener who says that you were homeschooled, but you were bullied so much you had to transfer to a different school.
By the teacher.
Yeah.
Teacher was rough on me. Super hot, though. What?
Go.
A decade after grossing out America by mixing blood with semen, photographing it, and then making the strange decision to use it as an album cover, Metallica is celebrating a major milestone with the American Red Cross, and this time spunk-free. They joined forces with the organization via their All Within My Hands Foundation to help save lives through blood donation. And on Wednesday, the Red Cross announced since its launch, more than 40,000 donations have been collected. Metallica fans definitely showed up to do their part, with the Red Cross reporting 16% of participants donated blood for the first time. Anyone interested in donating can download the American Red Cross Blood Donor app, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or even enable the blood donor skill on any Amazon Echo device to make an appointment. That's pretty cool. They're saying Metallica is directly responsible for all those donations. Well, I should say Metallica fans, but them starting that has been very helpful.
Master of Puppets.
From deep space survival to underwater adventure and a raw look at the most famous sock-covered penises in rock history, there's a bit of a mix of new releases this week. In theaters, Project Hail Mary launches audiences into high-stakes mystery as a science teacher wakes up alone on a spaceship with no memory and a mission that could determine the fate of Earth. After surviving a brutal attack, a woman learns she's been pushed into the next level of a deadly game. To make it out alive, she must protect her sister while 4 rival families close in, each vying for the throne and total control. In Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Diving that is, into the family-friendly The Pout Pout Fish, an animated journey beneath the waves where 2 unlikely aquatic outcasts team up for an against-the-odds quest to protect their ocean home.
Can't wait for Pout Pout
Pout Pout Fish.
Oh, is that something more than just a movie? Is that like
Yeah,
based
Pout
on
Pout
something?
Fish is it's a kid's book. It's a very popular kid's book.
Did not know that.
Yep.
Pout Pout Fish. On the streaming side, on Netflix, the rise of the Red Hot Chili Peppers pulls back the curtain on the band's early years in Los Angeles, exploring the chaos, creativity, and their influence. One more quick note.
They got hooked on heroin, didn't they?
They sure did. One more quick note from Hollywood. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer shattered viewing records Wednesday, reaching 718.6 million views in just 24 hours.
That's crazy.
It's now the biggest movie trailer launch in history by far, destroying Deadpool and Wolverine's previous record of 365 million views. The new movie comes out July 31st.
People love them some Peter Parker.
I guess so. That's insane. 718.6 million views. Tonight's the night for the Serenity Kennel first day of Springer, bingo and silent auction starting at 6 at the Chanhassen Recreation Center. Aside from bingo and great items up for bid, there'll be door prizes. And because making a difference is way better with snacks, there's some of that too, including a Kona ice truck. The event supports Serenity Kennel, helping pets find temporary foster homes while people get treatment, so nobody has to choose between getting clean and keeping their 4-legged, very good boy or girl. Grab your tickets at 93x.com and support people, pets, and recovery right here in our community. Happy 16th to Z-Man from Dad, Ace Frontload Jesus. Happy birthday weekend to Catastrophe Jesus. And rest in peace, Hooters. As Hooters goes away in Minnesota officially on Sunday. Were you there last night, Dana?
I was in there last night, but I'm going today and tomorrow.
You go 2 days in a row?
Yeah.
My wife's going on Sunday for the final day.
I heard a lot of alumni are going to be there on Sunday.
Yeah, they're all getting together.
That's
So
cool.
She's going to be there. Somebody thought they saw you last night, which is why I asked.
No.
Just another handsome SOB.
Exactly.
With a super hot wife.
Standard-looking Hooters bro, yep.
That was you, yeah. That's going to be you tonight and tomorrow?
I'm going for lunch today. I'm going to go tomorrow afternoon with a group of friends to say goodbye.
That's concerning. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder on the Half-Ass Morning Show.
High Point's got the rebound in the outlet to Johnston. And his first two-pointer of the year gives High Point the lead.
Try, 6 seconds.
Blocked!
Blocked! Draw the glass slipper! It's a Cinderella story! In Portland, Oregon! Oh, what a feeling! This is not real, Jim. This is not real.
If you can't tell, if you couldn't tell by the lack of bass in their voice, that was the High Point student radio announcers calling the ass end of that upset win over ridiculous Wisconsin. The student play-by-play folks, those two kids were wetting their friggin' pants.
Oh, my God.
That was awesome.
Good for them.
Nothing better than Bucky Badger taking a huge dump in Game 1 of the tournament, for me personally. Hello, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Love it.
Hilarious. For me personally, my tournament has already been made. It doesn't matter at all what happens from here on
You
out.
just wanted Wisconsin to get blown
Oh,
out?
I love watching them lose. That was beautiful.
It's almost a lock every time you fill out a bracket, isn't it? At some point, Wisconsin's going to just kind of step on themselves. So.
Yeah, we live for that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, Randy Shaver, it says here, High Point, okay, whoever that is, where the hell are they? Where the hell are they? North Carolina?
Over by Albany, New York.
New York.
Or no, that's Siena. Sorry, I'm getting those.
North Carolina,
I think
High Point.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, they beat Wisco in round 1 yesterday. They were down by 4 with just under a minute left in the game. Yeah. They were down by 4 with just under a minute left in the game. High Point hits a 3-pointer. cuts the lead to 1. Badgers didn't score again. Last year was the first time they made the tournament. They went 30-4 this year in the Big South. So here's what you were saying. It seems like a matter of time, Randy Shaver, you were saying before Wisconsin steps on their rod. This is the second time in 3 years that Wisconsin has lost as a 5 seed to a 12 seed. Last year, 2 years ago, as a 5 seed, they lost to a 12 seed. JMU, would that be James Madison, Jim Morrison?
Yep. James Madison.
So there you go. That's great. That makes the tournament for me.
Not a good day to be a 6 seed yesterday either.
A 6 seed? Did it not work out for the 6 seeds?
Well, Louisville upset. I'm sorry, take that back. North Carolina upset.
Yeah.
And BYU ended up losing last night. I watched that game with that star player, AJ. I'm not going to be able Debonsa, I think is how it's pronounced.
For what team?
For BYU.
BYU.
He's predicted to be maybe the number 1 pick in the draft. He's really good, first of all. But BYU just could not handle Texas, and you got to give Texas credit because they won the play-in game on Tuesday.
Right.
Then had to fly out to Portland from Dayton to play in the first round. So they've been all over the place in the last 48 hours.
Duke got the blue-blooded scared out of them yesterday by Siena.
I watched that too. That was fun.
But the Blue Devils turned up with a win.
I want to say, Nick, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, when the Gophers played in the NCAA tournament, Gopher men, and Siena was there, and I want to say they upset somebody in that same region that we were in. Gosh, I don't.
Are we talking about the tournament that we're supposed to pretend never happened?
I think so. I think
97?
Something like that.
Okay.
Siena was actually in the same arena, and I'm guessing Greensboro. I don't remember for sure, but their crowd, their following was huge.
Yeah.
And they pulled off an upset.
Maybe Dana can pull up the bracket from the 97 tournament and see
I'm just really familiar in watching Siena from that time period.
Maybe we can.
If they would have had somebody else who could have come off the bench, if they'd had anyone who could have come off the bench, they probably would have won the game because those guys had a little bit of gopheritis. They ran out of gas. Toward the end because all 5 starters played 40 minutes. They had 1 substitution. A guy came in, I think, with about 30 seconds left to foul. And that's the only thing he did was he came in to foul, and then he went back to the bench. So they had all 5 starters technically played 40 minutes in the game yesterday.
I think the graphic said it's the first time, or would have been the first time since DePaul in a semifinal played all of their starters. Nobody else played a minute. And I want to say it was like 1989 or something like that. That was the graphic that they put up.
Okay.
Showing that it's been like 30 years since a team played only their starters in an NCAA basketball game.
I don't think it was a matter that they got necessarily outplayed the second half. They just ran out of gas. Those guys just ran out of gas. They were tired.
Yep.
This is great. The joy that I expressed a few minutes ago over watching Wisconsin step in a huge feces pile yesterday in round 1 against whoever High Point is, the joy that I expressed has upset at least one listener. Received this text message from Colby Cheeses Jesus.
No.
He says, I love how Minnesota fans can only find joy in Wisconsin teams losing. Terrible town, terrible teams, terrible fans. At least you have the frost, he says. I've upset someone, Cubby.
Randy, your Siena upset was 1989. They beat number 3 seeded Stanford while they were a 14 seed.
At Greensboro? Does it have the location?
It doesn't say. No, I could go deeper, but I think that's the one you're thinking of. Yeah.
Okay.
So that must have been, Randy, when you were out there to watch Kevin Lynch and Willie Burton and Walter
Must
Bond.
have been.
And, yeah,
Yep.
That
Must
group.
have been.
Who am I missing? Melvin Newburn and.
Actually, I think the Gophers beat them too.
Oh yeah.
The I'm looking at 89. The Gophers beat them in the second round. Yeah,
They had
80 to 67.
They had to go through Siena before losing to Bobby Kremen's Georgia Tech club there in the grade
The Gophers were an 11 seed and one that got out of that first 2 rounds.
That's good stuff. For the first time in program history, the Nebraska Cornhusker men's basketball team has won an NCAA tournament game. The number 4 seed Cornhuskers blew out number 13 Troy yesterday. Nebraska entered the tournament with an 0-8 record all time.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt is next for the mayor. Yes, the mayor now has to draw up something to try and stop the Commodores of Vanderbilt. So we have our significant other bracket challenge cooking over here. Thank you, everyone, for turning in your bracket where our significant others are facing each other for something. We haven't decided what the winner gets or what the loser might have to do for the rest of us. But just to give you a heads up, after the first round of games, and there's plenty more to come today and Friday and today is Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So far, it appears that Brad Ryder wife, who strangely her name is also Brad.
Weird.
No,
did you guys know that?
I think I wrote Ryder on the top of the bracket.
Is that kind of like a George Foreman deal?
Yeah.
Georgina?
Brad Ryder,
Georgina, yeah.
wife, and my current wife are doing very well so far after the first round of games. And then you got, Cubby wife. Who's this? Ashley's husband is not doing well.
That makes me happy.
Hey, Colby, Jesus. We can find joy in other things. We're finding joy right now in Ashley's husband not doing well in our significant other bracket. Who's this? Dana, your wife is also not doing so good.
Oh, no.
Randy's wife is not doing so good, but there's a long way to go.
Yep.
And as long as your Final Four teams are all still together, you got a shot.
You can't win in day one, but I guess you couldn't lose it.
I don't think anybody lost any Final Four teams yet. No. I'm looking real quick. No.
Unless you picked the Badgers.
I don't think anybody went ahead with that. It's going to be fun. Now, I don't really fully understand this, but, social media is always doing something. There's always a company out there that wants to use the NCAA basketball tournament to push their brand. Someone on social media has come up with a bracket, a tournament, where the success of the school is based on which one of them have a Wendy's restaurant nearby. Josh,
isn't it the closest Wendy's?
Did you understand? Did you understand this?
Sort of, yes.
So the more Wendy's restaurants you have by the university, that will determine their success in the tournament.
All the U of M could be in trouble.
We don't
have a Wendy's around here?
Not really.
Not around the U.
Oh, let me look up the closest Wendy's.
So if you're to base this year's tournament and the teams that are involved in this year's tournament on which schools have the most Wendy's restaurants nearby, the final will be Vanderbilt, Arizona, which is a possibility in real life, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
St. John's and Akron, Ohio would also be in the Final Four if you base it on how many Wendy's. And so now since the Wendy's bit took off, then some other social media people said, well, I want to do a bracket too, based on the proximity to Arby's, based on the proximity to a Waffle House, a Raising Cane's. Others based the bracket on the scariness of the school's mascot if you were a toddler. That's fun. I like that. I like that.
That's very creative.
Twist. They also go ahead with Applebee's, Dave & Buster's, Little Caesars. Pick your favorite restaurant and go ahead, jump on social media. You'll find out who the winner is. There's always something going on. What would be your favorite there, Josh, if I had to break it down? Let's go Wendy's, Arby's, Raising Cane's, Applebee's. Let's just do those. Wendy's, Arby's, Raising Cane's, Applebee. Where am I taking you out to eat?
Well, I really like burgers.
Yeah?
So we got Wendy's and Applebee's there. I think I'll go Wendy's.
Yeah, it's a cheap date.
And then, there's the joke, right? You like Wendy's? I'm not even going to do it.
Let her buck.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Why don't
the Wendy's social media is very funny.
No,
Good at
very
roasting
funny.
people. So I'll go Wendy's.
How about some of the rules that the kids have to follow, the kids that are playing in the basketball tournament? Okay. NCAA basketball has a strict set of rules. Oh, did you know that these college kids playing ball, they can make their own bracket as long as there's no money involved?
Kind of surprised by that.
I would have also imagined the NCAA would want them to stay far away from that as possible, no matter what.
It seems like
the lines are so blurred right now.
It is confusing.
Yeah.
And who does a bracket that doesn't involve money?
I know.
Come on.
Let's do it for funsies.
Well,
Right.
we kind of did.
Well, yeah, but
We'll determine
We've done it
something.
for money in the past. It just never has been paid up. Last year was going to be a meal. Never happened.
Never happened.
Last year never got paid
happened.
up.
Never happened.
The students aren't allowed to wear jewelry out there on the court. Headwear is limited. There are specific rules for headbands and barrettes and bobby pins. Oh, I'm sorry. Headbands are allowed, but no barrettes or bobby pins.
I mean, there's elbows flying and body parts all over the place. You can understand why you can't wear rings and jewelry and things like that.
You got to tuck your jersey into your shorts.
Being in an NCAA bracket cost Rick Neuheisel his job.
We're going to go and talk about Rick Neuheisel.
It just dawned on me that that cost him his job years ago.
The name rings a bell. Tell me the story. I don't know
money
what.
on it?
Football coach.
He was a football coach at Washington, wasn't he, Randy? And he ended up losing his job because he won an NCAA bracket pool of several $100s, and it was proven that he was in it, and they fired him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
You got to tuck your shirt, your jersey into your shorts in the men's tournament. The women don't have to, since theirs are usually shorter. I don't know if they mean the jersey or the shorts, but men have to tuck their jerseys in. Women do not. Fingernails must be clipped and can't be excessively long. Isn't that an NBA thing, too? Don't they ask the guys to keep their...
I think so, yeah.
But
I mean, stuff's flying all over. You see scratch marks on the NBA guys all the time.
Yeah, some of those NBA guys aren't following the rules and trimming their nails because every once in a while you'll see a player jog down the court and they look like they just went through a meat grinder.
I've even seen that in youth basketball. My son said they played against Wolverine a couple tournaments ago. That kid was scratching everybody.
Do they ask the kids, do the refs check out the kids' hands before a ball game?
Well, they're super. Well, I found this out because I told you about the blood match where there was a kid bleeding all over the court and they couldn't figure out who it was. They stopped the game and everything. And my son got scratched pretty bad. And the ref said, hey, if you get any more blood on your shirt there, your jersey, we're going to have to sit you.
Yeah.
So he was like, he just got his arm like way out during the game with like 14 Band-Aids on there because he didn't want to get kicked out of the game. Because some kids' nails were just too long.
Here's a weird rule that is in play for this year's basketball tournament. Players are not allowed to lift or carry their teammates.
Huh.
Guy makes a big bucket, you can't lift them up in the air. Of course, sportsmanship is very important. They stress good sportsmanship. This is the only real drag that I saw out of these different rules that the players have to follow. Tobacco use is prohibited. And I didn't mean to be cute by saying drag. What, kid can't have a heater in the locker room, whatever? He's an adult.
Or during warm-ups? I mean, come on.
Isn't it all vaping now? Are people using
I don't know. I
tobacco
suppose
anymore?
you're probably right. I don't.
People that
Big
age?
wad of chew in his cheek during the game. Why not?
Exactly, right.
When I was an 8th grade hockey kid, how do you say that? When I was an 8th grade hockey player, Our team had its first practice of the season, and before we stepped out onto the ice, the coach told us no one's allowed to say this or that, whatever. He was laying down the rules, and I don't recall what they were. But he said, anyone have any questions? And a kid that I played with named John raised his hand, and he said, go ahead. What's your question? The kid said, can I smoke on the bench?
Andy wasn't kidding.
No, he was one of those early smoker kids.
Yeah.
Look, this dude, good player, and he was 14 or whatever. He'd only been smoking for a couple of years. Looked exactly like Tom Petty. He looked exactly like Tom Petty, so we called him the Heartbreaker. Golden Gopher women's basketball at the barn tonight for an official NCAA women's tournament game. They'll be battling the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay Phoenix. That's all kind of just
that's confusing.
Phoenix is the nickname. They're playing the University of Wisconsin at Green Bay Phoenix. See how far they can go.
Is that game televised?
It better be.
I don't know. Let me find. I'm grabbing my newspaper.
Because I will watch that before I watch the men.
ESPNU.
Oh, yeah. ESPNU. Okay.
If they win, they play on Sunday. So you've been pumped about this team this season, Randy.
Well, obviously they're very good. I mean, it's just nice to see the Gophers get back into the NCAA tournament, whether it's men or women. It's just nice to see them get back. So I think this coach has done a fabulous job. She really has. And a lot of the talent is not necessarily all Minnesota, but it's local. It's Wisconsin. It's, she's doing it a way in which the fans can connect with the players. So
I have very fond memories, I'm sure we all do, of the run they went on. My God.
Yeah.
How long has it been now since Lindsey Whalen and
20 years?
Damn.
Maybe. I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah.
Who was the big center?
Janelle
McCarville. God, they were terrific.
Yeah, that team was great. So much fun to watch. Played so hard.
And you were talking about some of the old Golden Gopher men's clubs that went on deep runs with Clem Haskin. And that 97 team, of course, that we're all supposed to pretend it never happened.
Right.
A lot of folks talk about the Final Four game against Kentucky, and that was so exciting, of course, to be in the Final Four and playing against Rick Pitino and the whole thing. And unfortunately, of course, they lost that game. A lot of folks talk about the clinching game in the Grade 8 where they beat UCLA, and UCLA had the O'Bannon brothers and that little point guard. What was his name? Edney or something like that. But
Tyus Edney.
If you want to get on YouTube or whatever the process is and look back at that run that they made, the game against Clemson was one of the most stressful, dramatic basketball games I've ever. They went one or two overtimes in that game.
Double overtime.
It was one of the most entertaining sporting experiences I've ever had in my life. Randy, we were bellied up over at Billy's Lighthouse in Long Lake.
Oh yeah, man.
And the roar from the drinking crowd that night. God, those were just beautiful times. Clemson had some big, broad-shouldered sumbitch out there that gave them all they could handle, and it went all the way to double overtime. I think there might have been a set of brothers on that Clemson team, too. UCLA had the O'Bannons. I want to say that Clemson team had a set of brothers, too. It's a long time ago.
It was a lot of fun. There's just no doubt about it.
And the ref would make a bad call early in the game, and Clem would tear that suit coat off.
Oh, I love that, man.
You son of a bitch, he would say. He'd tear that, Josh, that fancy suit coat, he'd tear it off and throw it on the floor and say, "You're killing me, you bastard."
It's nothing better at Williams Arena than watching Clem go nuts.
Once, Josh, he took off that suit coat, threw it on the floor, and he stomped on it. Son of a bitch suit coat. You had me sweating out here. Clem, I told you before, if I get a chance, I just want to give him the biggest hug. I want to hug Clem. If you know Clem, contact me. I want to give him a hug.
He kind of looks huggable.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Doesn't he?
Next year is we talked about this. Next year is the 30th anniversary of that team.
They've got to honor those guys.
They need to, and if they're going to do it, if they're going to do anything, it's going to happen now. Because with Nico as the head coach, Nico Medved was a student manager on that team. Nico will try to make it happen. If he can't make it happen, it's not going to happen. But they need to do something while Clem is still with us.
Word, Brad Ryder. I'm giving you the biggest word I've ever given anybody. Timberwolves versus the Portland Trailblazers tonight at home. Does the NBA, do they know that nobody's watching for a while?
During this time period?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is just really a hell of a deal. Cade Cunningham, an MVP candidate in the NBA this season.
What a terrible thing.
Playing for the Detroit Pistons, the best club in the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham got a collapsed lung.
Yeah.
But the news is good. The news is really positive. I didn't even know this was possible, and I'll get to it. Well, I guess I'll get to it right away. They're calling this, I had a collapsed lung when I was 14 years old. Same time period, Josh, when I was playing on that hockey team with the Heartbreaker.
You mentioned how much it hurt, right?
The kid who looked like Tom Petty, same time period. I was 14 when I had a collapsed lung. Yes,
terrifying.
It was unbelievably painful.
How tough is it to breathe? Do you feel like you can at all, or?
This is it. It's like this, and people are probably going to joke around and text in like sex jokes, but this is as hard as I could breathe for a day and a half. Tiny little.
Oh shoot. That's scary, especially at that age. I can't even imagine.
We had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
My folks were totally thrown when the doctor said he has a collapsed lung. They didn't. None of us saw it coming. But with Cade Cunningham, they're calling this an outpatient situation. It's a mild case of a pneumothorax. So it sounds like he can treat it with medication and rest. He just needs a little bit of his lung to heal itself.
Wow.
Because when I first read it, and with experience with a collapsed lung, I thought, oh my God, he's going to be done for a month. But no, I've never heard of an outpatient collapsed lung.
Didn't they say it's because he's so athletic, and that's a big part of why it's not going to be as minor?
Well, it's more about the fact that the lung didn't collapse completely. That's what happened to me. It was 85% collapsed.
Oh.
With Cade Cunningham, being young and athletic, of course, helps anyone's recovery in any situation. But it's just because just a small amount of it, just a small amount of air has leaked out of his lung. Like I said, that was new to me. I thought if anyone had a collapsed lung, you're done. You're on a hospital bed. They're cutting you open. But not the case with this guy.
The Pistons might still be okay then, because they give them 2 to 3 weeks to recover from that. They've got 12, 13 games left, I think, in their season, and they've got like a 4 or 5 game lead for the top seed in the Eastern Conference. They'll probably be okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine for round 1 of the playoffs. I just think that home court advantage for them is going to be so big. They've had a great season, but they rely so much on Cunningham and Jaren Duren. Those guys have to play great for Detroit to be, the best in the East. And now that Tatum is back in Boston, the Celtics are making a run right now. And the Knicks are very good. The East is a monster at this point. Look at Atlanta. They've won 11 straight games. And they're now out of the play-in and into the top 6. So the Pistons are going to need everything. They're going to need to really hold on to the end, but they're going to need Cunningham at 100%. And I don't know, Nick, can he be 100% in 2 weeks? 100% for a 14-year-old is not the same as a guy who's got to run up and down the floor for 38 minutes a night against the best athletes in the world playing basketball.
Here's the thing.
It's going to be tough.
There have been past examples. Past NBA players have had collapsed lungs. Gerald Wallace, 2008 +9, only wound up missing 7 games. some cat named Terrence Jones 10 years ago collapsed a lung, NBA player, missed only 6 games. C.J. McCollum has had 2 collapsed lungs on 2 separate occasions. One was a severe case, kept him out 41 days, 18 games. The second was a little more mild. He missed 12 games. So, again, it sounds like this Cunningham kid has a very mild case. Here's a doctor that says if symptoms don't get worse, he follows up with us in 2 weeks to see that the lung has expanded on its own. And in a young man like that, healthy and normal,
yeah,
Another
he's going to be
positive
okay.
is that once they get to the playoffs, too, as we know and we joke about a little bit on this show, they take 2 or 3 days between games. They're not playing back-to-backs anymore, so that'll help them a little bit too.
Kingpin.
Yeah, but I will say, if you look at the Eastern Conference right now, every team in the top 10 is over 500. Charlotte is 10, and they're 2 games over 500. The East is, they've got talent in the East right now, and I think all those playoff games are going to be battles in the East.
It's looking that way. Kingpin Jesus texted in. He had 4 lung surgeries in his early 20s due to collapsed lungs. He said, I wouldn't wish that experience on my worst enemy. It felt like I could only breathe through 1 lung. Yeah, see, that was the concern when I had a collapsed lung at 14, was that it would be a repeat thing. It would happen. And for some people, that's the case. Once you sink one of them, it kind of happens throughout your lifetime. I've been very lucky. I remember I was so excited to get the hell out of there. After I was in the hospital for a week, I was so excited. And the doctor says, well, there is a 51% chance that it'll happen again. Oh, and I said, you son of a bitch. Why did you have to tell me that?
Yeah, tell the parents that.
That was a hell of an experience. Boy, I took the biggest dump when I got out of there, I'll tell you.
Did you refuse to use the pan?
Yeah, I refused to use the bedpan. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't in a bucket in front of everybody.
And you scared your father with what you produced? Or at least the noises you were making?
When they finally got me out of that bed. I hadn't walked in 6 days. They got me out of that bed, walked me around the hospital a little bit. It was so funny how you have to relearn to walk.
Yeah.
How do some of these some people who are in the hospital for weeks, months.
Yeah.
I was only in there for 6 days, and I couldn't remember how to walk. But once I got moving around, all that hospital food wanted out.
That was one of the...
Hadn't done anything in the bathroom in 6 days aside from taking number 1. And I went into the bathroom. My dad was the only one in the hospital room. I went into the bathroom. I shut the door, and I unleashed the madness upon that hospital. And through the other side of the door, I heard my dad say, son of a bitch, because I was making so much noise in there. What about you, Randy Shaver, when you were late?
How did you find the audio of me? That's amazing. I was going to say we'll get a chance to see the Pistons in person.
Oh, yeah.
Because they play the Wolves twice in 3 games the end of this month and early April. So we'll see them without Cade Cunningham twice. I don't think Cunningham will be back by the time they play him the second time.
Pigs lost in Chicago 2-1.
Are they 0-1 since they fired your friend Rudy? Brad?
Yeah, he actually pointed that out in our group text last night.
That's funny.
I saw I know you probably told the story. I didn't understand the circumstances around that, but that's too bad that they let that guy go.
Yeah, I went off on it for a few minutes on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We got a lot of text on it, and people noticed how good he was, and he made some unique music choices. He was great, absolutely awesome.
It's just insane. You don't I'm repeating myself from Wednesday. You don't treat people like that, especially people who've been doing that for 25 years with a dozen games left to go in the season.
That's too bad.
Come on.
2-1 was your final last night in Chicago, and that win by the Blackhawks snapped the NHL's longest active point streak for one team against, as they say in Canada, another. The Blackhawks were 0-18-1 in their last 19 games against the Pigs. Their last victory over Minnesota was December of 2019. So the Pigs had owned they ass for a long stretch of time. That streak is over.
Can you imagine if the North Stars had a streak like that against the Blackhawks in the day?
It would have been.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
The most violent
from
scene
before the drop of the puck.
Well, we just told a similar story. I was talking about the Valentine's Day massacre of 1981, where the North Stars were playing in Boston, and Glenn Sonmore told the team before the game, he said, I have no interest in winning this game. I want those bastards in the hospital. And the reason behind it was because the Bruins had beaten the North Stars something like 15 or 16 times in a row, and Glenn Sonmore was sick of it. He just said, I can't stand to watch it again. So put these guys in the emergency room and send a message. And it friggin' worked. So back in the mid-'80s, had the North Stars beaten the Blackhawks 10, 11, 12 times in a row, it would have been a stinking bloodbath.
Yeah.
That's how they solved problems back then.
Yep.
The Russian kid was scratched last night with a lower body injury. I don't know if anyone's concerned about that.
Hopefully it's not serious.
The Dallas Stars play here tomorrow.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty.
What? Left-handed specialist Jesus. Oh, okay. I understand where he's going with this now. I was talking about my collapsed lung. He says, I lived for 30 years with one lung. Well, what do you mean? You got another one now? Or you're 30 years old? Or you're 35 and this happened when you were 5? I need more details because he says, I lived for 30 years without a lung. Stop whining. You sound like baby nuts.
Oh, speaking of which.
What happened?
He got 60 last night.
Oh, who cares?
It's impressive.
Yes.
I
and
can't.
People in the opposing arena were chanting MVP.
Yes, in Miami.
For him.
It makes me sick. This is not a safe. This is not a safe place to say positive things about baby nuts. I don't give a rat's ass about what that dude does. He's such a pain in the ass. He sucks.
Oh my God.
Hey, left-handed specialist Jesus, get back to me on this living 30 years with one lung. When did you lose one? How did it happen? My dad lived to be 82. And, Josh, what's 82 minus 7?
75.
He lived 75 of those years with only one lung. And he dumped a lot of cigarettes on that one lung.
Just working overtime.
His brother shot him. And it killed one of his lungs when he was a 7-year-old.
On accident, right?
Yeah, that's the whole mystery.
We know how the born siblings get along.
Yeah.
My uncle shot my dad, and when he was only a 7-year-old. Jesus, what a hillbilly operation they had over there. But yeah, so he went 75 years on one. I'm looking forward to hearing your story, left-handed specialist Jesus.
If I might,
yes.
Today is my father's birthday.
He
would have been 96 today.
Dude.
And I think my dad could have gone heater to heater with your dad.
Word, yeah.
because that's what got him was the heaters.
Heavy smoker.
Yeah, he was. Unfortunately.
How long did he make it? That's what got my dad too. My
dad died at 59.
Oh, geez.
Son of a bitch.
He was diagnosed with lung cancer in June and died in July.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he went fast. My youngest son is born on my dad's birthday, so it's my youngest son's birthday today.
That's so special.
But my dad, he was a fireman, which was, in those days, and Minnesota is full of volunteer firemen now, so they don't necessarily always sit at the station. But what else do you have to do at the fire station? You're there for 24 hours on a shift. So my dad was, constantly in the back, outside of the patio, smoking a heater. Every time I'd come over after school when he's working, that's where he sat. So
did he ever try to quit?
Yes, he did. He actually got hypnotized, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
And he tried. It lasted about a week and a half, and then
really,
yeah. My mom smoked too. She actually quit cold turkey. I have to give her a lot of credit. She made it till she was 75, and she died of cancer as well. But she quit cold turkey with my dad still smoking. They smoked in the house.
Oh yeah,
I had smoke in the house, in the car.
Dude,
I grew up with that, and
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I enjoyed it actually.
Yep. Oh my God, it was so bad. And
really? I kind of like
my mom laid down the hammer when she quit and said, "If you want to smoke, fine, but you're going to do it outside." And so, in the middle of winter,
oh yeah,
my dad's in the sitting in the snowbank, smoking a cigarette. But
maybe women are just more strong-willed with that kind of stuff, because my
I'll
mom and
go
dad,
along with that.
my mom and dad quit smoking at the same time, and my mom, I mean, that was years ago now, probably more than a decade, and my mom has never gone back, doesn't like the smell, never craves it, but my dad has gone back and forth plenty of times.
Most of us dudes have very little willpower. But when I walk into a house or like a bar in Wisconsin and it's thick with cigarette smoke, it brings me back to childhood. I kind of enjoy it.
My parents used to do it in the garage. They had like this little table out there with 4 chairs, and I think about it, how crazy it is that me and my brother would just like go out there, just inhaling this secondhand smoke.
I know what you're talking about, though, Randy. I had 4 adult smokers I grew up with, and it was in the house, in the car, everything. And I used to get in trouble for smoking quite often, and I never smoked a cigarette in my life. People just smelled it on me and assumed I was lying.
Did you also enjoy secondhand smoke? I loved it.
I didn't think about it. I was just used to it.
Yeah, it was always there.
I liked it when I was a kid. Now, just because I'm not around it as much anymore, it makes me sick. But it always kind of made me feel like, oh, I'm home.
Okay, so left-handed specialist has gotten back to us now on this. He has now lived for 30 years with one lung. He said a year and a half ago he had a double lung, heart, and kidney transplant.
Wow.
One lung stopped working because of scar tissue from previous surgeries. Wow, what a story. Glad you're doing all right.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Congrats on the second life.
That's a tough SLB for sure.
What else is going on? I like this conversation, though. My old man tried to quit a few times. He tried acupuncture. I don't know if he was ever hypnotized.
Yeah.
He tried the patch, that patch that you stick on you.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't have that back in the day.
No. That was fun to watch. One particular weekend, my dad said, okay, I'm not going to smoke any cigarettes on this ice fishing trip. And we thought, wow, that's a trial by fire, right?
Yeah. Did he bring a backup pack just in case?
He brought like 2 cartons with just in case. But, so we're all drinking and carrying on. That's when it's most difficult to not fall into your bad habits, when you're drinking and having. So it was really fun. So he made it through day 1. And we're all, sleeping in the fish house together. And I watched him sit up on day 2. He sits up in his bunk, and he's like, what's the word I'm looking for, Josh? He's rustling through his overnight bag like something's on fire, right? And he's like, son of a bitch. And he finds that stupid patch, right? That nicotine patch. Mm-hmm. And, of course, he's not wearing a shirt. He rarely ever did. And he slaps the patch onto his shoulder, and he goes, oh, yeah, that's the stuff right there. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
What?
He was exaggerating, but he was trying his best. The other, and Big Al likes to tell this story, too. He was trying to quit smoking again. This was a fishing trip, but this was in the summer. And we're all sitting in the garage drinking and doing what we do. And he's just shaking like a leaf on a tree. He picked a stick up off the ground and lit it on fire and took a drag off of it. Oh, my God. He had to have something. He had to smoke something.
Just that hand motion.
So he lit a branch from a tree, and he was sucking on it as hard as he could. He said, give me something. Come on.
Yeah. I'll tell you I think about this on this day with my dad. My mom tells the story in like the last couple of hours of his life. The nurse was asking him, is there anything that you need? And my dad said, can I have 2 cigarettes? And so she gave them to him, and she asked, what do you want them for? And he goes, I want to smoke one now and smoke one later. And of course, he never smoked either one. But it was just kind of the symbolic way of him leaving this world with a couple of cigarettes in his pocket.
Yep.
So
that's good stuff. Oh, what are we doing now? Yeah, so it's spring break for the college kids already? Is that what's going on?
Oh, I would think so.
Schools, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a little all over the place, it seems.
Oh, sure. Spring break.
High schools next week, too, yeah.
Young people are bound to do something stupid on spring break. The starting place kicker for Florida State's football club got himself arrested while on spring break in Fort Lauderdale, and it sounds like this kid really wet his pants big time. 20-year-old kid by the name of McEnany or something silly like that. 2:30 in the morning, he wouldn't leave the bar when ordered to. They say here he was uncooperative and violent. He had been removed from several bars that evening for causing similar disturbances. They finally sent the cops after him. He wrestled the cops all over the sidewalk. A cop had to punch this kid in the yap twice.
His mugshot shows it, by the way.
He's got a split lip.
Yep.
They punched him in the face twice. He still fought. I mean,
I got to be honest. As a kicker, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but he's done. He's going to be done. They're charging him with battery on a police officer, resisting an officer with violence. Probably going to end up in the spin dry.
Wow.
20-year-old kid kicking on a major college ball club and.
You're probably not going to be the kicker there next year, I'm guessing.
No, that's what I'm talking about. He's done.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah.
What does this say? Text coming in. Oh, okay. Heather the tricycle Jesus. His doctor said to him, if you don't stop smoking, you're going to die. And I said, well, Doc, if I quit smoking, everyone else is going to die. You're talking about being in that hospital bed, at the ass end. A listener texted in and said, his parents, okay. So his dad was laid out in the hospital bed, final days kind of a thing. And he was on his way to try to see his dad before the end. He walked into the room and the bed was empty, and he said to the nurse, well, is, Donnie McDyingson, is he not... where's my dad? And the nurse said, I'm sorry, he passed. And dude asked the nurse, well, did he have any last words? And the nurse said, no, your mother was in here the whole time.
Oh, God.
Baseball season is closing in quick. I'm sure we'll get some stories.
Next week.
Oh.
Yes, starts on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Jeez.
Yes. My God.
Well, yeah, Dana brought that up yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
Can't wait.
Do the twins start on Wednesday, Thursday?
No, I think they're Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday.
They are in Baltimore on Thursday.
Must win?
Must win.
Set the tone early?
Absolutely. I love it.
The Twins are tied with Tampa with the worst spring training record, not just in Grapefruit League, but in the Arizona League as well.
Oh, good.
You know what? On Thursday, Randy, everybody's 0-0 for at least a day.
8-16-1.
I'm sure we'll get some stories this summer involving the 999 challenge. It really took off in popularity last year at ballparks where every inning you drink a Steve Weiser and you eat yourself a hot dog. And then the next day, you're on your own in figuring out how much blood in your stool is too much blood in your stool.
One day I want to get absolutely just blitzed out of my mind and try to do this.
Let her buck, Ashley.
You're going to get drunk before you do
No, I'm
that?
going to get high.
Oh, get high.
Yeah.
And
Getting high will help.
I was going to do the 9-9 challenge, but I got high.
Yeah, I'd forget. It'd be like inning 4, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to have my second hot dog. No, Ashley.
The New York Metropolitans and their ballpark are the first big league club that I know about to recognize the 999 gimmick with an official 999 meal deal at the ballpark.
Smart.
That's very smart of them to lean into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the cost of such a thing. And in an effort to avoid a lawsuit, this is going to let a lot of you down. The deal features mini dogs and mini beers. They're not standard size.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they don't want a 21-year-old kid to vomit and die in the walkway at the ball.
Choking on hot dogs.
Do you have to pay in advance?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Well, you pay up front.
Yeah.
Based on some of the emails I've been getting from the Twins, because when you buy tickets, you're on their email list, they're having a little trouble selling tickets to the home opener.
Oh, no, they'll offer to bury a body for you.
They have emailed me every day, called me every day.
Yeah, I've been getting those too. Yeah. I almost kind of feel bad. There's one particular hey, I can tell you don't want to get back to me. I'll leave you alone for a while.
Yeah.
So it's a cute deal. It's fun that they're recognizing this trend, but they're not standard-sized Frankfurters. They're some little quarter size effing, and it appears to be like a 6-ounce beer or something like that, and it probably is $417. But anyway, it's fun that they're...
Yeah.
Someone else has texted in about another type of a challenge. 1 Zin, 1 beer, and 1 hot dog.
Oh, God.
And we've been talking about tobacco this morning. That's like a fake tobacco chew thing?
It's something like that. Yeah, it's nicotine. It doesn't have tobacco in it.
Yeah, I see it all the time. They're like little white packets.
Yeah, my husband uses them.
1 Zin, 1 beer, and 1 hot dog per inning.
But they don't seem like, maybe he's a weird, terrible person without them, but it doesn't seem like it affects him in a way that like a cigarette would people. It doesn't I don't know, it doesn't seem like he really gets a buzz.
Well, he probably doesn't get a buzz anymore, but your husband's been a regular chewer for a long time?
Yeah, only Zins.
Trust me. Oh, only he never chewed real tobacco?
I don't believe so.
Oh, then he doesn't count.
He might have tried it when he was younger, like everybody does, and then found these and we're like, yeah, this is better.
Well, if you're trying to compare it to cigarette smoking, let me tell you that we need our habit just as bad as cigarette smokers do. But I've been horsing around with some of that fake worm dirt.
Is that the stuff that you've been showing us that has cardboard in it?
Yeah, it's got big chunks of things in it.
Yeah, somebody threw it away. You gave me basically a branch that you found in there.
It's insane. If you accidentally swallowed that, it would slice open your throat.
I think the gimmick is when they sweep up the floors at the tobacco factory, that's what they put in this can and then sell it to you as...
That's not actually a bad thought. Plenty of companies do that kind of thing, right?
The fake chew, yeah.
They'll just change the name and...
I've been trying my best with the fake chew worm dirt type of operation. It's not easy. But we want it just as bad as the cigarette smokers do.
Somebody said 1 Zin every inning. My foreskin would hurt the next day.
Foreskin?
That's not where you put it.
You tuck it right in the old...
No, I don't think that's where you put it.
The old turtleneck.
No. That's not what you do at all.
Jesus. I like turtles.
I want to talk about a buzz.
Turtles.
Your husband never chewed the real thing, but he's hooked on Zin. He's got to be the only guy in town that's chewing fake stuff that never chewed the real stuff.
That is strange.
Is
he working
maybe I
his
just
way
haven't
up?
paid attention. Maybe he did at one point when he was younger, and then just said that stuff sucks.
Cubby over here vaping, and I say, hey, trying to quit cigarettes? No, cigarettes? What are you talking about?
Never had one in my life.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him, I guess.
Never touch that stuff.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
No, never.
You guys go out and have yourself a terrific weekend, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder.
Thank you.
And I hope your significant other's brackets turn into garbage. Garbage, I say.
And with that, talk to you next week.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Years of hard work, and now you've got pain in your back, your shoulders, your knees, maybe your joints. You need help. Randy Shaver here with the answer. Dave Bialke. He's got over 30 years experience in getting workers' compensation benefits for people just like you. Don't suffer. Call Bialke Law today, 763-571-2410, or go to bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com. And it spells relief for you.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, sure, Friday. Don't care. Welcome back to the Programmington. Usually, Cubby, I have the bad habit of saying Programski. Today, I went Programmington. What do you make of it?
Oh, it's kind of fancier.
I like that.
Yeah, you do?
You know, variety. It's the spice of life.
I like to add that to the end of people's names sometimes.
Ington?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. So a lot of folks are falling out sick these days, whether it be that damned Norwegian lungworm that I caught or something similar. Hell, I went to a pal's house last night, 6 or 8 jabronis sitting around draining a few cold ones. Half the crowd had a terrible cough. If you're up against it right now, we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
That's also kind of just like an older people thing, right? They always have coughs.
Maybe you're onto something.
Yeah.
What's up?
Coughing into the handkerchief and stuff.
That's how you tell someone's age.
Yeah.
Oh, they're over 30. They're coughing constant.
Well, again, you know, we did have a long conversation when Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder were in the mix. We had a long conversation about smoking. And certainly, my parents' generation, yeah.
They all did.
Everybody had a smoker's hack. I had that terrible cough because of the Norwegian lungworm for a month and a half, maybe.
At least.
I can't understand how my dad lived with his smoker's hack for 40 years. 40 years. And it was ungodly when he would cut loose with it. So, you know, older people, certainly the older people from our parents' generation, yeah, they all kind of looked sick, acted sick.
Well, we talk
coughed,
about it.
Sneezing.
Yeah.
They all looked 30 years older than they were.
Oh, yeah. Today's older people or maybe are doing better. You know, sometimes some of that silly exercise can help keep you upright and healthy. Is it worth it? I don't know, but it's a real thing. Exercise can help a pimp stay healthy. What are some of the exercises that you folks do? What's your regimen?
I carry my 20-pound son around.
Again with the baby.
That's all I need to do. I'm going to be buff.
I suppose you get your steps in with that 20-pound weight in your hand. That's good.
You're going to be buff on one side.
Oh, no, I switch. I switch it up. Just
Oh,
in
you
case.
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't do any exercising of any other nature?
Nope.
Dana, your exercise routine.
It's been bad lately. I'm thinking about changing that, though.
Cubby.
I do a lot of tantric stuff with my partner. I do the treadmill every day, and I do push-ups every day.
Hell,
That's why I'm so swole.
I even exercise a little bit. I
What?
do. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, when you're 54 years old with a heart condition and the
Yeah.
doctor says you need to do something, I do.
That's
is
what
it
got
that you
me,
do?
too.
Just you picked up mall walking.
Oh, yeah, we've been sloughing off. We've been sloughing off on that lately. My wife and I became very enthusiastic mall walkers a month ago. We haven't been back in a while. We got to get back after that. I enjoy the hell out of mall walking.
Yeah, you start when you get to a certain age. I want to be around and just see. Once my kids realize how miserable life can be, you know, I want to see that on them when like the enthusiasm drains. And you can just see that seep out year after year.
Dude,
Yeah, it has nothing to do with wanting to be there for your grandchildren or anything. No, you want to see them wither away.
No, that's fine. They can do whatever they want.
Cubby wants to see these ungrateful friggin' kids of his get a taste of real misery.
Yeah, you start paying the
Good for
bills.
you. Good for you.
No, obviously, like you said, Ashley, I want to be around for all that. And my doctor was so insistent that I pick up the pace on working out that it kind of freaked me out.
Again, I don't know. Who are these people in your life that keep deeming you to be so unhealthy? Your wife says you're not flexible.
You
You're
comment
flexible.
on my weight.
Your weight is a little iffy at times. You never smoked. You never drink. You eat relatively. Who is the doctor that's telling you this?
My primary care physician.
You need a new one. You're going to live forever.
Is his paperwork upside down or something? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, exercise.
I told you guys, he was like weird about it. Like, seriously, man, you got to get more exercise.
Okay, tell
he
that
brought
guy
it up like 3 times.
Tell that guy to blow you, because you don't need that speech.
Sir, I don't know how good my insurance is, but if it's covered, blow me.
Right. I don't get it. I mean, look at you. You're as thin as a high school kid. I don't understand why you have these people telling you. Over the years, we have come up with some sideways ideas for new ways to work out. Like the first thing that came to mind for me was that hand job machine. What was the proper name for that hand job?
Shake weight.
Shake weight.
Those commercials were funny.
Yes,
they knew what they were doing, right?
Yeah.
You immediately thought it was an SNL thing. You know?
Or maybe whoever came up with it was the most innocent person in the entire world.
Did they make $1 billion with the shake weight? $1 million?
They must have, right? It was, well, at least it seemed like, maybe nobody ever bought them, but it seemed like it was popular.
When I was younger and I'd go over to like my girlfriend's houses, their moms always had those.
Is that right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Because then we'd play with it because like it's fun. It vibrates. It's funny.
Was so silly. Maybe someone can look it up. How did shake weight do? Are they
was
all...
that South Park that had that funny episode
Uh-huh.
with shake weight?
Are the shake weight people all living
Holy cow.
on the high side of town?
So Shake Weight made about $40 million in sales its first year.
Lick me down. All right. That was the first thing that came to mind for some of these past bizarro ideas for working out, exercise, staying healthy.
For me, it's the, I forgot what it's called, but the one where you're standing on a contraption and then there's the rubber band around your waist and it just shakes you.
That's right.
I remember that from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I don't know if there was a specific name for it here, Josh, but it's mentioned in this conversation. The vibrating belt machine.
It looks so stupid, and I'm wondering, like, how in the world would that ever do anything other than scramble your inside?
It kind of reminds me of those things that are really popular now. They're called jigglers. So it's like a little pad.
I think it's jugglers, and they use them at birthday parties. Is that what you're referring to?
No, but close, I think. So it's a little pad that you stand on, and it just jiggle, 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 jiggle. And it's supposed to be good for, I guess, like your blood flow, stuff like that. It's supposed to help you use the restroom.
Which
really
leads me to tell you this. I got one of those pigs in my living room.
How does it work? You like it?
It's my wife rides it. Go ahead. Get cute with that. I stood on it when it wiggled, and it's a very weird sensation. My wife bought herself the wiggler.
Is it called a power plate?
I don't know.
Smokes your mom's pot, Jesus said.
I'm not exactly sure, but it's exactly what Ashley described. It's this thing, it's a pad, you stand on it, and it jiggles the living hell out of you, and it's supposed to... I rode it for about 30 seconds, and strangely enough, I felt it in my friggin' legs afterward.
I was going to ask, is the goal to try and stand straight so it works your core muscles?
I don't know.
Huh.
I just know it's plugged in my living room. It's something that my wife wanted. She bought it. I stood on it for 15 to 30 seconds. I wish I could tell you more, Cubby, but that's all I know is it jiggled me, and I did feel kind of funny afterwards, and it was only 20 seconds.
And it's supposed to kind of wake you up too. It's really hot right now all over the internet. Like influencers are
the
buying them
Wiggler's
like
so
crazy.
hot right now.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either until it ended up at the door.
I'm surprised your wife doesn't use something like that. I could see her definitely.
Maybe
being
she
into
does,
that.
and I don't know. Maybe just move someplace with a lot of earthquakes, and you can get it for free.
The vibrating belt machine, I think that cut loose in the 50s. I think I actually watched Lucille Ball use the vibrating belt machine on an old episode of I Love Lucy. But the idea was you put the belt around and it shakes your insides upside down, and somehow that was a...
All right, so we got a text here saying you stand on those jiggle plates, the vibration plates, someone else said they're called. It improves blood flow, and you lock your core while standing on it. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure just to try and stay straight, you're going to be have some abs of steel.
It was weird when I tried it. Okay, back to cigarettes here. There was a cigarette diet many, many, many years ago.
Well, remember, you've probably seen these too, like pictures of old magazines where doctors are smoking and recommending the health benefits of smoking.
Yep, curbs your appetite.
Really weird. There were ads that suggested smoking as a way to stay thin. Reach for a Lucky Strike instead of a...
That's what my dad smoked.
A stick of butter.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, so we did have the name wrong. Smoke Wrench Jesus said the vibrating machine we're thinking of is called a Sibian. That's
Oh.
Have you ever seen those sumbitches?
Yeah, Howard Stern had one in the studio. I saw that.
I mean, have you...
Does that work? It seemed like it worked on everybody. Maybe they faked it.
Don't watch... watch the real Sibian movies.
Oh, that what he had wasn't the same?
Oh, I'm sure not. He probably couldn't show everything. You understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I don't remember.
If you want to watch a Sibian machine happen, go to a porno channel. Don't watch what...
Oh, yeah. It was even a little much for me on Stern.
Saying,
I don't want to watch anything.
See the real thing. I've seen women's... The tops of their heads just blow off. At one point or another, doctors were pushing... Are we talking about back in the Game of Thrones days? Arsenic and tapeworms. People would eat parasites to lose weight.
Yeah.
I don't have a time frame here, but that sounds like something from the Dark Ages.
People still do that.
Well, that was back when they used to.
Yeah.
Back when they used to pound a hole in your head and bleed you out, or put friggin' leeches on your body. That's something about parasites. You eat them, and they'll eat everything inside you, and you won't gain any weight. You'll stay
and
thin.
then you'll die.
I've heard
at least you die skinny.
Yeah. Make a pretty corpse.
So what do you mean people still do this?
Yeah, you can people will, consume a tapeworm.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I'd
Sad.
rather be overweight.
100%.
The sauna suit. Okay, this rings a bell.
Oh, I remember those.
God,
you have one of
yeah.
those, right? Dana, or maybe your wife had, or is it different
Oh,
than
no,
the
a
suit?
sauna suit is something you wear, and it makes you really hot, and you just sweat.
We lived next to a kid that was a high school wrestler, and he would run and look like a spacesuit. It was a big, kind of looked like tinfoil wrapped around him just to sweat weight out before he had a match.
All the high school wrestlers use those.
Dude, that's just insane to me what they have to do. I can never understand wrestling.
They wouldn't even come to the lunchroom during lunchtime because they'd be too tempted to eat something. They would just go lie in the dark in the wrestling room.
Dude, I had
can't be healthy.
I had a buddy when I was in high school he was on the wrestling team, and at the time I was struggling with an eating disorder. And the way he lived his life was exactly how I did with my eating disorder. I was like, dude, I think there's a line here and that you've definitely crossed it, and I think you need to get some help. This is not right.
I asked a buddy because he literally just would barely eat the bare minimum, and I said to him, I'm like, how often do you poop? He goes, 3 times. I'm like, a day? A week? A season?
A season?
Mm-hmm.
This is someone with an eating disorder?
No, a guy on the wrestling team.
Oh, a guy on the wrestling team. Yeah, the sauna suit. Okay. As we're rolling through some of the past fitness fads, I guess is one way to say it. The sauna suit, you wrap yourself in some kind of a silver trash bag looking thing, and you sweat out all the toxins, Josh, and water weight. The modern version, I guess, of this idea is the infrared sauna. You sit.
Oh, yeah, my wife wants one.
You sit in a sauna, and the light and the heat and the body and the this and the that. She wants to put a sauna in the house?
She wants one. You can you get one of those little infrared saunas if you want.
Oh, so you don't have to build a sauna in your house.
Oh, you can buy one, like a pre-assembled one.
She'll be sitting.
Yeah, but a friend of mine's an electrician. He installs them all the time. He said,
"Oh, cool."
Getting, hot tubs for a while. He was installing a lot of those.
Your wife will maybe in the future
be
sitting in some kind of a hot cage.
She likes that kind of thing. I would be miserable.
Yeah,
I was in a
like
sauna
being
once.
hot.
I hated it.
Saunas are terrible. They make people
hot
vomit.
Tubs too. Not a fan.
They make everyone vomit. You know who else will make you sweat, Josh? CNC Music Factory.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. We got to take a break.
We got a couple of jams.
We got more of these fitness fads. So they had things that make you go,
That's the only one I know.
They had, what was the one? Bam, 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 bam.
Oh, that's not things
No, that's not
Everybody
things
Dance Now?
Everybody Dance Now.
Okay,
things that make you go, And then they had another. We're all in terrific shape here on the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. Don't worry about us. We've been talking about the various ways that people exercise, the various ways people work out. And there have been some odd effing ideas over the years as to how to keep yourself in shape. That big old stupid vibrating belt machine. There was a cigarette diet. Some folks used to, and Ashley tells us they still eat tapeworms, and then the tapeworm eats your dinner for you and you don't gain any weight. Some folks put on a sauna suit. By the way, I received a couple of text messages here at the radio station, and personally, Josh, I received a personal text message.
That's fun. I don't get those.
From the Clayboy.
Oh, yeah, I love the Clayboy.
Living legend, Princeton,
stud.
Minnesota, Clay Matvick, world-class ESPN sports announcer. He texted me and said, don't forget about the Thigh Master.
Oh, yes.
Suzanne Summers, was that hers?
That
Yeah.
was her. She made a lot of money on that
She
one.
sure did.
The Thigh Master, you'd open and...
Yeah, boy! Flavor Flav loves the Thigh Master.
Is he does he endorse the, you open and close your legs with this thing in there and it strengthens your...
Very suggestive.
I've mentioned this before. The Thigh Master became such a thing. The ads were constant on television. And then come 1990, maybe the finest metal band to ever live, Megadeth, releases their record Rust in Peace.
One of the greatest albums of all time.
With the song Five Magics, right? And in the song, Dave Mustaine says, I master 5 magics. Every time I listen to the song, the record's been out for 38 years, I think that he's saying Thigh Master instead of I'm.
Someone texted in and they reminded me that I am also working out by breastfeeding. It's like the equivalent of walking like 7 miles a day.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How much they take from you? Heck yeah.
F me running.
Yeah, it's. I have to drink like those Ensure drinks with, the extra calories, the meal supplements, in order to not perish away.
Sideways.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm working out.
Well, I'll take that up as a hobby then.
Breastfeeding?
Yeah.
It's a lot of calories for you. For Ashley, she's the one giving those calories out.
5 magics. All right, here's some of these other bizarro exercise ideas that we've come up with over the years.
Darn it. I wish you didn't bring up Rust in Peace.
I know.
I can't wait to Hangar 18. Oh, God.
That's probably...
I know what you guys are doing after the show.
And I have to say, Josh, Hangar 18 is probably my least favorite song on the record.
Well, that's not a... You're not ripping the record.
Right.
I mean, if that's the worst song on the record, that's pretty good.
There was something along the lines of Prancercise. This was viral a number of years ago, and it, I guess, according to what I'm reading, grown people would rhythmically walk around town mimicking a horse's gait. This was called Prancercise.
Oh, I'd love to just clothesline somebody's doing that.
Did anybody?
Again, I'd rather just be overweight.
Yeah, did anyone see this in
No.
Not in
I
person.
never even heard of it.
I've seen videos of Prancercising.
Lord.
And it says here it was the precursor to something called the hot girl walk. I don't have any idea what that.
My daughter would go on hot girl walks. Her and her friends basically just go on walks.
What is it?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
It was a
just
part
hot
of Hot
girls?
Girl Summer.
Yeah. Hot girls going on a walk.
Just girls. It's just kind of a jokey term.
I see.
Girls going. I've said jokey a lot today. Just going on walks together. That
Okay,
was about
I
it.
understand now. It's a joke. Prancercise was a real thing. Hot girl walk is just girls going for a. Don't forget about 8-minute abs.
That's too long.
And then finally, because we got to get going here shortly, 8-minute abs. I remember that bit. Oh, yeah, I bought the ab dolly on television.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the little wheelie thing?
Worked beautifully.
I bet it did.
Endorsed by former NFL quarterback Jake Plummer. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was very drunk. I was watching television, and Jake Plummer, who at the time I think was quarterbacking the Arizona Cardinals, this is late 90s, he came on my television and told me the benefits of the ab dolly. And I bought the bitch. And it's only recently that I finally got rid of it because it hurts my back too much. But as a young person, that worked. Finally, jazzercise is brought up.
Boy, that was popular for a while there.
You dance around to music?
I'd love to do that. That sounds fun.
Jazzercise?
Yeah.
Maybe you could find some place that
I
does
bet. Is it going to be me and like a bunch of older people, though?
Yes.
You know what? That's fine. I like it that way, actually. I like when I walk into the yoga studio and it's me and just a bunch of old people. Then I don't have to, like, compare. I don't... Because if I walk into a place and it's just a bunch of babes, I'm like, oh.
But when the old folks start outworking you, then you're going to have to compare, and you're not going to like that comparison.
It's mostly the men.
And the old folks have a harder time keeping the flatulence in.
Well, it's not that they have a harder time; they just don't care.
Yeah, I suppose.
There's plenty of jazzercise around town, Ashley.
Cool. Let's sign up.
Jazzercise, Josh. Would you say that more or less was invented by Richard Simmons?
Yeah, what was his...
Sweating to the oldies?
Yeah.
You're just working out to music, right?
It could be. That seemed like he had a form of jazzercise. You're combining a bunch of different aerobics.
Yeah. And finally here, not Debo, who when he comes riding down the street with his bicycle, not his bicycle, it actually belongs to Red and Red's dad. It's got that squeak to it. You can hear it coming. When Debo comes down, you got to hide all your jewelry and whatnot. I'm not talking about Debo. I'm talking about Tybo.
Oh,
what is
that Billy
again?
Blanks?
Yeah, he was big into that, right?
Yeah, and he was in a movie with Roddy Piper. What was that movie called?
Sorry, I missed that sumbitch. Was that We Live or They Die or
Something
I Live?
like that.
There's a movie
They're
where
Alive.
They Live.
They Live. What was the one with Roddy Piper with the chewing gum? I hate that friggin' line because people still use it and it's not funny. Is that the one? Tybo was cardio boxing, Josh.
Oh, that sounds exhausting.
That kind of thing.
It does sound exhausting.
Hey, before we go, I know you guys were singing the Swan song for Hooters earlier.
Yeah.
Got another text message here from somebody or another who says, how about a shout-out to the Godfather's Pizza in Brooklyn Park? They're closing this Sunday after 40 stinking years.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's too bad.
That stinks.
Dang it. Godfathers.
Everybody have a terrific weekend.
Had some good times at Godfathers.
Oh, delicious.
I got to shout out Nugget. He's going fishing with Dad today. Dad, Concrete Jesus. So hope you guys slay him. Happy birthday to Q, turning 78 from Grotech Jesus. Happy 62nd to Sit Down Waldo Jesus. Happy birthday tomorrow to Yankin' Tank and Pushin' Crank Milkman Jesus. And have an awesome weekend, you sexy bastard or lady bastard.
Half-assed morning show 93X.
Well, hello to all the wonderful podcasters out there, wherever in the world you're listening right now. We truly appreciate it. Dana here. Yeah, I'm a sports junkie, I'm a wing lover, and of course a Smart Club member because I trust my home comfort to standard heating and air conditioning, and I really think you should too. Right now it's HVAC Mania, and these deals will help offset the cost when your brackets get busted. You can score a $45 coupon on a furnace tune-up, normally $148. And no, it's never too late to show your furnace some love. And if your system's about to crash out like a 5-seat against a 12, now's the time to replace it on your schedule with 0% financing from Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to standardheating.com and mention 93X. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, providing the comfort you deserve since 1930.